Simon, part 2, the only double guest we've ever had, reserved for the top 3. Right now, that's Dom, Chad, and probably Dr. Depp or Suze.
Did Dom finally beat me? Blew me out of the water?
Bro, she's like twice. She's like double you. Not on YouTube. On YouTube, you guys are like neck and neck. Sure. Cheers. To your health. L'chaim and happy Pesach, sir.
Do you know my Hebrew name?
No.
You just said it.
L'chaim. Pesach? No.
I was born on Passover. It's the only Jewish shit you'll hear me say.
Wow.
Shabbat Shalom.
Pesach is it literally means to pass over.
And
to
I have
like
gum in my mouth. I'm keeping it. My mouth's been dry all day. It's underneath my tongue.
It's already annoying me.
You already hear it?
Yep.
Well, just keep it for a little bit. Mouth was dry all day today. Too many cigs.
Why do you still do that? I heard a great clip from Andrew Weil. I'm into this Dr. Andrew Weil now. He's an integrative medicine doc.
Is that the one that made everybody lose weight?
No, he says set a quit date. That's what he says. And
I set a quit date, and then I quit, and then some of this bullshit that goes on in my life.
The stress makes you want to smoke.
It's just
it's a crutch.
Listen, smoke or cocaine.
It's like that. For you, it's the stimulants are like
it's just
that draw you in.
Do something.
Yeah,
I have to do something.
Yeah, so. I think stimulants were also for me was like the most attractive. You know, I was never into sedatives. Alcohol for me is a very social thing. I also tolerate alcohol very well. I think in general,
dude,
I operate very well with one or two.
Drop of liquor in my house, and I can go still drink somebody under the effing table.
Yes. Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah,
I didn't swear, but I was just with your kids, so it's in my head.
But nicotine for me was very tricky. Nicotine, and then in college, you know, the Adderall and all of that.
I didn't start smoking cigs till I started. So freshman, well, actually, part of what number one, this has been requested not only to me, to you.
Yeah.
And then some of my friends from college was like, dude, you didn't even talk about Hartford. That's when it gets a little crazy. And then you didn't even
talked about the club. You talked about the club in Hartford.
I talked about the club,
which was cool.
Not school.
That was some of my favorite parts of the interview was when you were talking about how you were royalty at the club in Hartford.
I still am royalty when I go up there.
They pull out the velvet.
It's not open anymore, but if it was, trust me, dog. I just got off the phone with my brother, Mike. I told him I was doing this.
Oh my God.
And he was like, just leave me the fuck out of this stuff. But my friends from Hartford were like, dude, you didn't even get into college and how crazy your mother was then. And then I didn't even really talk about taking care of Tricky and my grandmother. To be honest, I think I kind of glanced over it.
Yeah, that's huge. That's a huge part of who you are. I mean, I feel like you were the primary caregiver for your grandpa for the last 5 years.
Well, no. My grandmother, then my grandfather. So when I think I said it in the last one, when I got fired about a week later, she was already sick. They didn't know. Yeah. And then she got diagnosed with cancer. She had one of the oxygen tanks with the 100-yard, the things in the house, you plug in the whole day.
Yep.
And it was 100 feet long. So she'd be, you just kind of, if you were looking for her, you didn't have to say her name anymore. You just kind of followed the fucking cord. So, yeah.
It's tough, man.
Hey, you know what's weird? Before we'll talk about that, is I miss my grandmother.
Yeah.
More than I miss my grandfather, and that kind of freaks people out. But
these are your dad's folks?
Yeah. I do.
You were really close with your dad's parents. They're Pittsburghers.
They're my parents. Looking back at it, I learned way more from my grandparents than they put me in check, dude. My grandma had like if I would lie to tell you how many carats her wedding ring, I don't know, the ring after you get married, whatever the hell shit's called.
Yeah. Not the engagement. The engagement is the big one.
Yeah, her engagement. Yeah. Whatever she was wearing, dude.
That's the big boy.
The big boy. It was large.
Yes.
And large multiple stones.
Who got
2
it?
stones on side. Tricky.
Your sister?
No, my aunt. The one that got everything.
Dad's sister.
Yeah, well, we're going to talk about them today. That's one of them I want to talk about because, dude, do you know? Well, I have a Samsung. Y'all can all make fun of me. I don't care. I'm comfortable with it. Like
it's so annoying.
If you hand me an iPhone,
yes,
I will feel like my dad in 1980. I don't even know where the internet is. I can't work it, and
it's so annoying having friends who don't have iPhones.
I know, but to the point where they were nice. You can send me the little effing FaceTime text and I hit it and then we can FaceTime. Or you get Google Meet. It's not that hard. Everybody else, even if you have Apple, you do something Google on your phone. It's a fact.
That's true.
So one more app, people are, oh, no.
The Google Lens is amazing. There was this guy who was demonstrating this new It was a new product. That's a camera that you wear on your shirt, and it tells you what the things are around you. You say, "Hey, so-and-so camera bot, can you tell me what this car is?" It was a Cybertruck, and the guy, in the time it took for the camera that he was wearing, this new product, to identify whether or not it was a Cybertruck, he pulled out his Samsung phone, used the Google Photo app, and just with Lens, it said, "You're looking at a Cybertruck," before the thing had a time, could respond.
I saw that Apple Pro Vision, man.
Yeah. Yes.
Dude, I finally realized that now that I'm 44, freshly 44.
Yes.
Realized that I'm too old for that shit.
Spatial computing. You don't think you'll get into it?
Oh, fuck no. I'm definitely becoming my grandfather in a way. I'm comfortable where the fuck I'm
You're
at.
Luddite.
I will try though. Like if somebody has it, that was his thing. He wouldn't try shit.
Yes.
But like if you got one, I would come fuck around on it with you.
Right now, for me, it doesn't feel necessary. I'm in this like hibernation mode while I'm buying the house, where I'm not spending any money on anything.
That's
literally,
you were trying to spend. No, I'm just joking.
Literally,
thought you were taking me shopping, buddy.
I'm just in the tighten up right now. I just gave them another $10,000 today. $20,000 earnest money. Can you imagine?
Is that like the money down?
That's literally just no. God damn. No. That's
I'm sitting
the
here barely
money,
eating
bro.
some
That's
days. I'm about to start hitting you up. God, fuck.
Yeah, well, I had to sell stocks. Like,
no, I know.
I had to sell my coin. I had to sell my Bitcoins. I mean, obviously, not all of them. I'm not insane, but. So you really wanted to come on?
Well, you wanted me on too, MFer.
Let's hear it.
What do you want to hear?
Let's hear the real story.
Let's get started.
You censored yourself.
I censored. Yeah, that's why you wanted me.
When
but
Mo
don't.
Let's talk about the last episode and why it was so popular. Because there's obviously there were
wait
people.
A minute. Don't put this on me. Like I was like. I gotta come back on. Like it was a mutual thing. You had been hitting me. I've been like trying to get shit back together with my family.
That was when you were number one.
Yeah. Well, now actually, first off,
now that Dom has established the standard. There's a new standard.
Number one, this has nothing to do with Dom.
There's a new standard in town.
We can play number one, number two. I mean, who doesn't like to be number one? But first, before we get out, I have never met Dom. Right?
Yeah.
We have talked in the DMs, and it's not like that, people.
She's cool as fuck.
She is one of the dopest human beings I've ever met. And I haven't even met her. We've had talks.
Yeah. I have to come clean about that one. Talk. Yeah, let me talk about this for a second. I vastly underestimated her. Vastly.
She's my deep soul.
Preparation for the interview was inadequate. And the feedback that I received from people on YouTube and on Instagram about that interview, about me, again, underestimating how important she is to the scene, how significant of a person she is in terms of her ability to connect with all the different party scenes in Pittsburgh, her significance at Slappers and Bangers, at Trace Brewing, at Umami, booking DJs. She is way bigger than her years in Pittsburgh.
She's
in the
so
gay
old
scene,
soul, bro.
Underground scene. And so I apologize for missing that opportunity. I talked way too much on that episode. I should have spent a lot more time
We talked about that.
listening to her. I should have spent a lot more time listening to her story about what made her tick, who she was.
Do you know what I told her, though?
It was a big learning experience for me. So I just want to say, I'm sorry, and come back and we'll make it right.
I'm not sorry. No. Me and Dom talked about that. She's like, he was talking a lot. I was like, do you... And and I'm your friend, right? And I'm one of the biggest ball busters in your life. And I will tell you that I know why you talked. It wasn't to supersede her. It's because you were finding her completely stimulating.
Yeah, well, it's complicated, but she did flip the interview. Like, she did the thing where my questions really weren't up to snuff. And so she just started interviewing me, which made it a dope episode. And that's probably why it's number one.
I watched it. It's the only one I've watched completely through besides PDC and Nugget.
She told me she was, thanks, bro. She told me,
well, no,
and yours, motherfucker.
Oh, I
times to boost the numbers.
No. By the way,
it was on run. It was on repeat when I came over to his crib. It
was not on repeat. I was watching Chase's status. You know I'm going to see them.
Cool. I think it's just one dude now.
No, it's not.
Fucking balding ass.
It's
British
Saul. Dude, number one, Saul with the long hair. Guess what he is?
Long hairs.
Guess what he is?
Long hair. American.
Saul.
Oh, Jew. Yeah.
Bro, rocked a big old Star David. I was like,
that's cool.
I like you even more now. And I'm a horrible Jew. Guess who I'm going to see them with?
Dom?
You want to talk about the second who I tell you I'm going with will not shock you.
Who?
The third person will shock you. I'm going with Uncle Ray.
Oh, dope.
Shout out Uncle Ray. I will give you three guesses.
Had, Strobe on the podcast.
I saw that. I will watch that one because I haven't seen Strobe in a while.
Uncle Ray, Firehouse, Roxy Inn Theater.
Nugget.
Maddie Lafferty. Shout out Nugget. Saw him last night at Zimmy's DJ school after party. Met this really cool kid this really cool individual from from Canada, but repping the UK right now.
Jim Sharp
in London. Yep. Jim Sharp.
How do you like that?
Wow, amazingly interesting guy.
You didn't expect me to say that one.
No, one of the fucking nicest people I ever met.
Dude,
bro.
he played a Saturday night at the Goldmark when I worked there.
Oh, cool.
Such a class act.
Dude, I was like talking shit about somebody and he's like, you should learn how to forgive people. Like, like we just met, bro. But like, then he told me a wild story about Nick Bike. Like he's got fucking stories, man. Amazing dude. He's pressing up vinyl in the UK.
May need that tonight.
So
yeah, I was like, when's the last time you smoked?
Yeah, happy 420, man. I've been holding off thinking about the new job and everything. Like,
think they're gonna test you?
Yeah, maybe. In Kentucky, there was like the question about the VA, and now I'm not going to be working at the VA, but there's like, I got a little pneumonia I'm working out.
Oh, spectacular.
I recorded most of my rap album with fucking pneumonia. It's dope. So
this guy's got a rap album.
Yeah, it's gonna be killer. It's
what's the you
White Men Can't Rap.
New version of BLP Kosher, bro.
White Men Can't Rap. Yeah, the Hebrew Hammer.
No, that's my nickname. Relax.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's what I tell the ladies.
DJ Maccabee.
I'm DJ Jewy Jew. Because I used to love that Felly Fell, DJ Felly Fell. So I was like DJ Jewy Jew. So yeah, shout out to B-Rock. She is a super dope human being.
Definitely dope. Happy birthday to her, man. It's her fucking birthday today.
I texted her right at 12:01. She's like, I was not expecting that. I'm like, well, I fucked with your interview heavy. You've been through some shit too.
Yeah, which we could have gone into. I got nervous.
Trust me, I put good money on she'll be up here before you leave. Before you head up to the Ford Tan.
313.
Ugh.
Motown.
Don't even do that. There's only one area code in this world. It's on my shorts. It's right there. It's right here. I'm all shop 412 out today. Big shout out to Aaron and Christian.
In Kayla.
Yep. So
I feel like they got as far as you can get with the shop. They're like, maxed out.
I don't think they're maxed out. I think it's a creative thing.
Mm.
I think they did as much as they could do with the 412, but now it's about cross branding.
Yeah.
I know nothing. This is just me watching from
Yeah.
afar. Think they're doing a lot of cross branding with people they fuck with.
Yeah.
And that's exciting to them. And it's their shop. So they can do whatever the fuck
It's
they
amazing
want.
that it's still there. It's been
They're good
12,
marketing.
13,
they treat
15 years? How many
they
years?
treat people like gold, and they know who to give their product to make other people sell it. To buy it, I mean.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's not hard, man. Treat people
It's
good.
also
It will come back around.
pricing at a luxury price point makes people feel like they're buying luxury goods regardless of the quality.
Yeah.
Not that the quality isn't up to snuff. It is. Obviously, it's dope. But if you price things too low, people will assume that it's garbage no matter what the quality is.
Well, they're also very smart with the drops. This is
Yeah.
how many we're going to have. You
Yeah.
better get to the store in the
Oh,
morning.
yeah. They never have my size.
Yeah.
It's gone,
It's gone.
which is cool. Like,
I think once or twice I've seen something like, yo, I really don't got it right now, but I'll hit like Aaron and be like, yo, can you please?
yeah.
I don't ask you very this. He's like, no, you don't. I'll put it aside
Cool.
for when I have it. So like, I'm sure you could do that. But all right. So where were we at? You were asking about the last interview.
Yeah. The reason we were talking about the reason the last one was so popular. And my assumption.
Well, I want to hear it from you, not from me.
Yeah. I was trying to figure it out. I'm like, well, number one, the ones that people have liked the most are the ones where I'm interviewing my friends, people who I actually have history with.
Yeah.
And like the conversation tends to go better. So that's part one. I think number two is you have a strong friend network. So you just have like a lot of people who watched. That's probably part of it. And then I think you probably promoted it some. And then the content was interesting. I mean,
Can I tell you what I think it was?
yeah.
There's a lot of people in my life that I've met over the years that I slightly keep in touch with.
Yeah.
But I've never it's not like letting them in. It's the people who've known me, like they know some of what's going on. And I think a lot of people knew something was going on, and then like, well, it sounds like he's finally fucking talking about it. So
Yeah. But we didn't get as far into it as we could have with the
with my dramatic
drugs,
pauses.
with like how serious the drugs became, how
Listen,
significant how significant it was for you. And you know, when you were telling the story of what happened with your career, I think a lot of it was about, hey, you know, my family didn't respect me, they didn't appreciate what I was doing. But how much of it do you think was actually Chad's on drugs, we can't trust him with the keys?
no, that was just an excuse. They didn't know about the drugs until I told them about the drugs. Nor did they care at all. Like, they didn't care, dude. They just wanted me to get those purchase orders. So, yeah, they didn't care, dude. Dude, like I said last time, to this day, and I saw my dad a couple weeks ago, to this day, have never said, hey, you doing all right?
What does that matter? What do you want?
Once, I'm talking about since I went to rehab.
Yeah.
Not one time have they brought up the drugs. Do you know why? Because they're embarrassed. Because my mother thinks that she's someone of importance.
She is.
She's my mother.
She's rich. No,
yeah.
she's fucking important. She's a VIP. She had a company. She owned a company, and she's rich. And she's from an important family with power in America.
No, there's no power in that family anymore.
There was.
The power is gone. We'll talk about him later. My Uncle Lee.
That's where it came from?
He was a district court judge, then a DA at Camden County, and then like another judge, and then he was on Chris Christie's thing in New Jersey, and then he did something for Trump. And his hands is something I didn't talk about last time. His hands are all over everything that's happened to me. And he doesn't,
What do you think actually happened? If it didn't have anything to do with drugs, why did they want you out?
Oh, no, it was because that lady told my mother she doesn't do business with her. She does business with Chad. That's what it was, dude. Her ego was taking hits daily because people weren't, hey, I don't know anything about, I'll just call Chad. It was, I'll just call Chad. I'll just call Chad. No, I already took care of it with Chad. When you only come in once or twice a week, you show no interest in what the company actually does. You're just there because you backed your husband and he fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Shows no interest in anything we're doing.
Right.
And then she wants to be super secretive to people that we're in business relationships with. Just because we're a private company, if they don't want to sell it to us, they don't have to. So we play by their rules. If other people are selling their products in the United States like we are, then we have to respect the territories. We have to respect their opinions, and we have to be open and honest about it. She didn't want to do that. Guess who was? The same guy who set up the relationship. That's what it was, dude. She got up from that meeting, packed her bag, was not seen for 2.5 weeks. Didn't answer an email, didn't answer the phone.
You think she was jealous of your skills?
No, she wanted the spotlight. It's always, I told you, President of Temple Emmanuel got in a fight with the rabbi over who's calling the shots. Left there, tried to build a JCC right next to the temple so that shut the youth the
youth center or whatever,
the youth center down in the temple, which would cause them harm. But they decided not to sell the land to JCC because of her. And that now there's a retirement community back there.
This is Squirrel Hill.
No, South Hills.
Oh, wow. Up on Culp's Hill.
So that pissed her off.
That's where the JCC is now.
So she was the head of fundraising for the South Hills JCC. And then she became the president of the JCC of the South Hills. And then she became president of the entire JCC in Pittsburgh.
This is Jewish Community Center for those.
And then she got shit canned out of there because people were sick of fucking dealing with her, dude. It's her way or the highway.
What was it like when you were a kid dealing with her?
Her way or the highway. Dude, I told you I was in a fucking powder room. First, you walk in my parents' old house. First door on your left, there's a little powder room. I spent half my childhood in there in timeout. Or in my room. One of the two. It wasn't a fun... If my dad wasn't in town, dude, it was fucking miserable, dude.
You think she didn't want to be a mom?
I don't know. I couldn't answer that. I don't think she wanted to do the responsibilities. Like, if my dad was out of town and she had to take me to hockey practice, I'm getting my ass chewed the entire way to hockey practice because she didn't want to do it. And all she was doing was driving me and picking me back up from 7 minutes away to the Mount Lebanon Rec Center.
What do you think the outcome is on you? So how did that affect you having that childhood? What were the lasting impacts? What did it make you into?
People hear me make fun of myself a lot, and I think that's a part of it. I think I was pretty beat down too. Almost like my father, to the point, but I told you her worst decision was sending me to Hartford, making me leave Pittsburgh.
You wanted to go to Pitt?
Oh, yeah.
You got in?
Nah. Nah, but I got like the letter where if I went to CCAC for a year, I go right in.
Yeah. You could have bridged it. And that was your plan? That was your preference?
No.
You wanted to go for 4 years. Go somewhere for 4 years, pledge a fraternity.
No. I said this in the first one. No, I wanted to go straight into the business. That's
right.
I had no desire to go to college.
Want to go to school. So why did she want you to go to school? She wanted you out of the house.
She didn't want me anywhere near that business, dude.
Right. It was a way of keeping your hands off the reins of the business. She could see that you were already talented. She could see that you were that you had the capability of taking some ownership and didn't
Yeah.
want it. Why? Why wouldn't she want you to be the best possible version of her,
Dude,
to carry on the family name, to succeed, to shine? You represent her.
it wasn't her family's, it was my dad's. Her dad ran in a family business too. So I don't know what the hell happened with that, because all her riches come from him selling that business. So I think it's quite hypocritical, to be honest with you. I don't know what her problem is. And trust me, the reason why I'm here, I hate saying this word, but it's my favorite word to call her. This will not talk to me. And I said last time, and because I don't want to go through the whole story again, because that'd be very, very boring for everybody.
That's okay. I think you can hit the highlights.
Yeah, I'm about to hit the highlights right
yeah.
now. Because I like to move on to like Hartford and what's going on with my grandparents and all that. Or what was going on.
The moral of the story is there's a big problem with racism against African American folks, black folks in the Jewish community. And it's actually something that I talked with
Bruh.
Dom about with the history.
I told you, like, I came home my first time with Justin came home with me because it was my freshman year.
Yeah.
He was the star player on the basketball team. We got very close. We came home and my mom pulled me aside. She said, "Do you have any white friends?" Because my friend Steve, my best friend Steve, he's black from high school.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, I had earrings in my highlights in my hair when I first.
Yeah.
I was a whole different person.
Yeah. You okay? Did your brain just freeze?
No, that's what they did. They looked at me when I walked in the house.
I thought you were pulling. What's the?
What do you think? I'm a crackhead?
No. What's the name of
Just start falling
the
out
senator who does that?
Oh, fuck.
He has the brain pauses.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
The little absence seizures, I think.
But
I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about that.
I have to apologize to people that watch because there was some extreme pauses that everybody saw from me. And that's because I was trying to come to a mutual understanding with my parents.
Yeah.
We probably agree to disagree, but I need to get some shit off my chest. They probably need to get some shit off their chest, whether it's warranted or a fascination of their own imagination. Because at part of it, the only thing I'm wrong on the whole thing is how I handled situations. I did not handle them correctly looking back at it. But that's also because of my upbringing, because that's how they handled things. The louder, the more screaming, the more they got accomplished. So that's what I do. I fucking pop off. I let it build and I blow like a fucking volcano. So when it comes to people are like, oh, the thing with Miranda, what happened? Like she just dropped you out of nowhere. Here's the thing. I'll look right into the camera. My mother had somebody drive her $25,000 cash to get rid of my child and to not marry me. That's it.
How do you know that?
Because the girl that introduced me to him saw the bag. Called me, was like, I can't keep this secret from you anymore. What
was the story that Miranda told you about it?
She never told me the story until after I went to rehab. And I went up there I just said, we need to talk. Like, I'm not trying to get back together or anything. We just.
What did she tell you? Did she tell you that
she said she woke up
got
one
the abortion
day
because she didn't want to be with you, or she got the abortion because your mom made her?
My mom paid her off.
She told you that?
Yeah.
So how far along was she?
I think she's only a couple months in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't that, but like I was more mad. I mean, you see how I am with kids. Like, I love children. I was more mad about the kid than I was probably about Miranda. Just because, I mean, I'm not getting into whose choice it is or anything like that. I think a woman has to go through way more if she decides to make that choice. It is what it is.
How did you get over that? Like what
Di-
skills did you use and what were the steps to survive that big of a hit to your
You
spirit,
ready
to
for
your
this?
life, to your
It's
soul?
one word.
Cocaine.
You said it, not me. Dude, I told you I was in that house for like 3 months, bro. 8 balls a day, man.
It was just numbing the pain.
Numbing. So wake up, I'd be awake for days and I'd sleep for days and then I'd wake up, do it all over again. And I kept getting a paycheck, no phone calls, no where are yous. Are you okay? None of that shit.
What do you think was the hardest part? Was it, like you said,
I was
wanting to have
embarrassed.
been a dad?
I was embarrassed because I had bought a house. I had fucking told everybody
Yeah.
that I was getting married. I was happy. I had the girl of my dreams. She made me happy. We talked all day because she was in Rochester, New York.
Yeah.
So we talked every day. I take care of her son. I was taking care of the bills.
She had a kid from a previous
Yeah.
relationship.
Yeah.
What about, like, why couldn't you guys have stayed together and or whatever? Like, was it just the money was partially to not see you again?
Dude,
There was promise of more money to come
for like 2 years.
or just like after the abortion, it was too painful to even have that memory
No,
of you.
I don't. Listen, once that went down, it was done. And people are like, "Oh, so you should be mad at her," and I'm not mad at her. My family was not welcoming. If she was coming to town, I'd be like, "Yo, Dad, Mom, like Miranda's coming in town," because I would mostly go up there more because she had her son.
Yeah,
and
she was black. I think it's important that we
half black,
say that.
half Italian.
Yeah. I mean, I know we talked about it in the previous episode, but I think it's important for the story.
Yeah, so like they would make no time for her. They would come up with the excuse to not go to dinner with her. Something would always come up. They don't do anything. They sit at home and do crossword puzzles.
This is a fucking wild story, man. I can't believe you survived that shit. I think it's so dope. And I think it's important to focus on the fact that you're still here and to focus on how rare that is and how fortunate the world is to have you. I know it's hard to like take it all in.
The world.
Absolutely. No, I really do believe it. I do. I think that you have so much talent. You have so many skills. You like my previous guest, have this kind of community building energy where you can connect people. You brought Mo up here. Like you've been so good to me and to this project, to my family. You're a good person. And I'm really fucking glad you survived that shit, dude.
I appreciate that, man.
That wasn't like
I have not wanted to put my mother on full blast like that because like I told you, I was holding off on doing this for a reason because I was really trying to like listen to my dad and convey to him what he's not understanding is this is not something you just get over. There's a lot of stuff in life that you can compartmentalize and move past. And trust me, thank God for like Uncle Ray and Wheezy and Pierre and Mo Knows Best and BT and those people who have like and Amber, I'm sorry, I cannot leave out Amber and Bethany, who just know how to settle me down. And that sounds real corny now that I'm 45, but I'm not an easy person when I get something in my mind to, I lock in. Like I am fully locked in on my mother right now and getting mine because I told you, asked me last time whether I was going to sue them.
Right.
And I can't sue the business anymore because I waited too long. But what I can do is civilly sue her.
Oh, wow.
And I'm putting this out there right now, which I've been trying to get through to my dad, was the lawyer I talked to. He has my contract and emails that my mother sent.
Nice.
and stuff like that, that I can sue them for $39.2 million.
Holy shit.
Because they will
they cut you out of the sale. They cut you out of the
no.
company.
I will state it again. I was strictly an employee of that company. I had no ownership. What they didn't do is pay me my commission. And what they didn't do is knowingly and purposefully not pay me. And then they sold the business and profited from the sale. So now,
and your work had made the business more valuable.
Yes, but that doesn't have anything to do with this suit. Okay, but when I forget the exact legalese for this, so I'm sorry if I sound like I don't know what I'm talking about. But since they knowingly sold the business and withheld my money and pocketed it, now it's fraud. And there's another, it's like they stole from, what's the word? Like
larceny?
Not larceny. Like they.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
They inherited money. They have their money. They didn't let anybody know there was an outstanding balance on something. They can't do that. It's not legal. It's a federal crime.
Interesting.
Because they were paying off loans, federally backed loans. It's a deep thing. And guess what guess what he said to me when I told him this last time? Okay. If you want to ruin our lives, that's what you're going to do, Chad. And I'm like,
wow.
How many times do I tell you? I don't want interest. I don't want any compounded interest. I just want what I worked for.
Yes.
I don't want you to slap money on top. I don't understand what's so hard about this. Chad, you'll get yours when we pass away. No, that's not how this works. Yeah. This isn't that money that we're talking about. I worked at a very low salary.
Yes. On the road. Sleeping
I worked at that low salary.
Driving around different cities every night. No sleep.
Yeah.
Meeting with people and
while doing purchasing and production from the road.
Yeah.
So I worked at I worked at a low salary so the company could survive. I was promised a commission down the road.
You think the documentation is there to?
Oh, he said it's 100% there.
Okay, well,
because the other thing is she tried to erase everything. Well, sweetheart, what old people don't know, and my parents aren't smart enough, it's the cloud. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
You can erase the server all you want. They moved it to the cloud.
Well,
so here's the reason, and there's another reason. My sister.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't get along with my sister. Actually, that's not true. We are extremely different people. She is a square. Okay. Like I said last time. She's beautiful. She's intelligent. She's smart. But boy, she's soft. I mean, softer than Charmin sitting in the Pacific Ocean for 2 months. Soft. And she's been that way her whole life. And she is singly not talking to me because of how I speak to my parents. Which has no basis on me and her.
Yeah.
What they did was our whole life, it was instead of trying to make us, there's 6 years between us, which is big.
Yeah.
It's a weird gap, especially when you're both growing up and she's going through her womanly shit.
She's 39.
I guess now, I mean, I don't know. I have not talked to her in 15 years. She works on 13th Street. I live on 25th. Have said to her, yo, let's go to Hello Bistro, get a salad. I just want to know what's going on in your life. We all got to talk about this shit. We don't. But basically, my family does not talk to me basically off one text message, bro.
Which
and
was
it's so funny because even the other side of the family, my mother's side of the family, which is who I wanted to talk about today. My Aunt Louise and I are extremely similar. Sammy, my cousin Sammy, who, no shade to everybody else, I'm probably closest with on the other side than his big brother Elliot and my cousin Rachel. That's who I talk to on my mother's side of the family. They don't judge me. They are fun people. They live their fucking lives, and nobody tells them, looks down on them, okay? But Chad with the black friends and the black friends being around, dude, I think they finally found their excuse.
Wow.
And they took it.
When you sent the text message that was derogatory towards your mom or whatever?
It was not, she took it that way.
Yeah.
I said, hey, I could take you guys out at any time I want. Now, in full transparency, wrote that steamingly hot.
Yeah.
But on our friendship, I will go this far with you. On your children.
Yeah.
I was talking about the business.
Right.
I'm not killing anybody. Do I look like a killer? Well, got a little Kevorkian shit going on here, but like that's how they took it.
Yeah. 8-ball killer.
8-ball didn't even have a chance, dog. That thing would be done in 20 minutes. There's a sniff at the end for you. But yeah, man, like that whole side.
Wow.
So my Aunt Louise and I are very similar. She said some nasty shit. She said some nasty shit to my fiance, which started this whole process. She told her, have fun mixing in with this family. Now, I just saw her. I saw her when I was in California with Mo Knows Best. Now, I happen to be with Wayne. Don't ask. Me and Wayne just pop up same place, same time. But Wayne went over there with me, and he was like, her name is Wheezy. He's Wheezy.
Huh.
So they got along well, and we talked, and she apologized for some stuff, and I will let it go. Right there, I let it go. Right? I called her about a month ago. She didn't pick up, and I texted her. I was like, you told me I could call you whenever I want. I need to talk to you because I'm trying to end this shit.
Yeah.
Not only for me, for my cousins. It makes everybody uncomfortable, dude. It's an uncomfortable situation because nobody wants to know the truth. Nobody. They just rather live their lives and be unbothered.
The truth about what your mom did to end
your
relationship.
Or not even to my relationship, just to me and blackballing me from the entire... Dude, when I tell you, not a word, bro. I've not heard a word from any of them. Not allowed to go to weddings. Nothing. Okay? So when I talk to her, she goes, the difference, you and your mother are both fucking crazy. But the difference is I've heard you apologize. We've all told her, you're not telling us everything. And her response, my Aunt Louise told me my mother's response is, Louise, I'm not telling you what happened. I just need you to be a sister and have my back and respect me.
Is there anything that you feel bad about that you would apologize for?
Fuck no. Fuck no. Not once.
Anything you would have done differently?
That's what I've done. Is there anything? No. Because I was getting put down every single day of my life. Oh, wait. Hey, Mila.
What up, brother?
I guess what I'm doing right now.
What's that? Working?
No. Yeah, okay. What did you want me to do really bad?
I don't know. What did I want you to do really bad?
What did you enjoy watching on TV? My podcast, right?
What's that?
My podcast.
Oh, that was awesome. Yeah.
But you said I left out a part.
Yes.
So now you're officially on the podcast because I'm filming it right now.
Oh, nice.
I'm gonna tell her.
I feel so honored.
Is there anything you want to say about Hartford while like you're literally on speakerphone into the mic right now?
I don't know. I don't know if I can blow up your spot of all the tales.
Is there that many tales?
Nah, I got some stories, but I don't want to blow up your spot.
Go ahead, tell a story. Isaac won't care. Dude, I'm blowing up everybody's spot right now. I just told him how my mother paid off my fiance.
That was a good one.
Go ahead, tell a tale.
Nah, I'm not going to get into personal stuff. No, we had a great time. Hartford was the shit.
Hartford was the shit. All right, I'll call you when I get out of here.
All right, brother. Have a good one.
All right, peace. He will love that. That's my boy in Philly. He was my boy in college. We went everywhere together. So, like, wait, where were we?
He's a fucking lockbox. He's not revealing anything.
Well, he'd rather me do it and just laugh about it.
Fair.
But I don't know, where was I? Oh, so my Aunt Louise, yada yada. And is there anything I'd do wrong? No, dude. Not at the end. When I was on drugs and not telling anybody, I feel bad that I didn't tell anybody what was going on in my life. But I didn't do anything wrong on this one. They pushed me to my breaking point, dude. She just did. She had a vendetta, and it is out, and it's still out. And it's going to be what it is. I still can't pull the trigger right now. I don't know what it is. The lawsuit is literally sitting there.
Oh, wow. So they're just waiting for you to say, proceed.
Yeah.
What are you waiting for? You're holding it over their heads, hoping that she forgives you and brings you back into the family?
No. I don't want to ruin my sister's life. My sister's very dependent on my parents.
Financially?
Yeah. I don't care what anybody tells me. They bought that house for her. They bought her the car. Same way she bought my dad a home theater and everything to not talk to me. It's as long as that money she keeps funding them, they will not talk to me.
I guess you could become the sugar daddy.
I'm not a sugar daddy.
You could trade places.
Nah, man. You don't want me to have that much money. I'm gone. I'll be living in Colombia, buddy. I'll buy a big old house. I've never felt more at peace in a single place in myself. It has nothing to do with the women there. Zero. Every day you go outside, man, it was just fucking happiness.
I like the...
my boy's down there. He's fucking happy, dude.
Yeah.
Chevy's cousin Steve.
No stress.
Happy.
You just wake up and get sunshine and
just find it. He works online and stuff.
Yep.
And he does his work from there. And when you want to come home,
do you think that? I mean, why can't you have that here? The weather?
Nah, I don't give a fuck about the weather.
People, like what's holding you back from living the life you want to live right here?
Well, money.
It's financially, it's more expensive to live here, basically.
Well, dude, I'm, like I said last time, I'm literally living day to day right now, piecing it all together. But that's cool. That's just life.
But what I'm saying is, if you had 39 million, why not stay in Pittsburgh?
Well, number one, I'm not having all these fucking people coming out of the fucking shadows to be my friend. That ain't fucking happening. Okay. People came out with their fucking hands out when I got a little bit of money from Tricky. Okay. Fuck.
Yeah.
So,
what is that? I wonder if you can talk about that with the Taylor Gang phenomenon, about how when one person has this kind of financial clout, fame, there's these people that just start filtering.
There ain't nobody filtered into that place. This place is like Fort Knox, and the head of it is Will Zomback, and you ain't fucking with Will. Shout out to Will. He hates when I say this, but Will scares the shit out of me in the most positive manner. I have the most respect for him.
He runs a tight ship.
It's not even that, dude. Number one, he's the most solid human you'll ever meet. If you need... My biggest problem in life is I don't ask for help. I don't ask anybody for help. Nobody. Nobody.
What's his role with?
I mean,
with
Will's
Wiz? He's a manager.
He's
tour manager.
He's the manager. He's the president of the record label. He is boss dog
of Rostrum.
No, Taylor.
Taylor Gang is a record label.
Yeah,
with Ty Dolla $ign.
He manages Ty too.
Yeah,
manages a couple Will or Red Farron, who's hitting big. Manages Chevy. Trust me, dude. Will's good, and he's amazing at his job. But I'll tell you, from anybody out there, if you ever do business with Will, don't fuck with Will, man.
What
if y'all think I'm fucking crazy?
What's going on with Wiz's career? I just saw a booking.
I have no idea. You're talking
April
to the wrong
20th.
person.
It was the 420 show at Red Rocks.
Now he's doing
and
all
he was
the up north.
Co-headlining with Flatbush Zombies.
I don't have no idea. I wasn't there. I don't. You know what's weird? I mean, I just saw Brandon Bonix. Brandon.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it right now, dude. If you hear Brandon or Bonix during this interview, it's the same person. As I get older, I think I call him Brandon for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah. But we don't talk about that shit.
Yeah.
I think when he's with me or Wayne or like Paul Dang, old friends, I don't think he wants to talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that dude is so fucking busy with so much shit going on. So
I hope I get an interview with him before I leave Pittsburgh. I think I'm ready.
Doesn't matter. He'll come to Detroit.
Yeah. He'll definitely be in.
You
Detroit.
can make it the big first episode in the guest house out there.
It'd be dope.
That's a big old house you just bought there, Doc.
I'd like to have a real studio, like a
dude. Just get one
at a recording studio in Detroit. So
why don't you just buy one of those?
Sound treatments are there and everything.
No, just go buy one of those sheds.
That'd be cool. That'd be super cool.
Those little one-room sheds, dude.
Just sound treat everything.
Give you something to do with your son at the same time.
Yep, that's actually not a bad idea.
I'm smart, kid. I'm fucking smart.
Wicked smart.
Wicked smart. So yeah, to get back to my mom's side of the family, so I can be done with that, because you heard Andrew, like, we had a good time in Hartford, boy. They all got degrees. No degree here.
Yeah. How close are you?
Nah.
Not interested. Do you think it would help?
My
with
grandfather
career?
offered
job search.
Nah.
You have high school diploma and a few.
I have associate's degree. Yeah.
What else do you need? I mean, bachelor of arts.
Dude.
Was that what you were going for? BA. Bachelor's degree.
I think I was in I went to business and then I switched to communications because I couldn't. I am so good business wise.
Yeah.
Micro and macroeconomics, dude. I couldn't do it. Like, when I tell you that I didn't go to, see, we're jumping. We'll go back to that. Just remember that.
All right.
My mom's family. So my Aunt Louise called me. She said, "You're both fucking crazy, but your mother's going to go down with the shit. Like, we know something's going on, right? Chad, we're just not getting involved." So it's just, they just don't want to involve themselves. And then my Uncle Lee, I found out from my father, my dad has a big mouth. Okay.
Yep.
He let shit slip. And he was like, "We were just following what your Uncle Lee told us to do." Now, so my cousin AJ, who I haven't talked to in a while, and this is, I have to put it out there because I know my cousin Rachel's going to watch, and that's her little brother. This is no shade towards AJ and what happened to him. Sorry, I hit the mic. What happened to him and everything, and how he's progressed and fucking killing life right now. Okay. But he got hooked on drugs. He used to look up to me. Supposedly, he went and played hockey because I played hockey and all that shit. Not sure how true all that is. It's just stuff I've heard. He went to Pitt, moved to his buddies in Florida, and this dude was hooked on, I think it was heroin. So bad that he was living in his car, like selling shit to get more stuff. Turned his life around, got himself off the booze, worked for Chris Christie's campaign.
Wow.
And then my uncle, who's a judge and all that fucking shit, got him rehab centers federally funded. So good for him that he's helping other people, that he got. Are you looking at that fruit fly?
Trying to see if you need more tequila.
Yeah. While we're talking about rehab, and and I'm happy that he's like helping people. He thoroughly enjoys that, right? But I didn't get it federally funded to the point where rehabs are they're two things.
Mm-hmm.
They're amazing places where people can change their life back around, right? They're also cash cows, bro. I mean, the kid is stupid rich right now. But for all that shit.
Wait. He got sent to rehab, or he owns and runs one?
No, he went to rehab, and then when Trump went into office, I don't know the exact story, so if I'm talking out of place, cool. But he runs rehab centers that he got federally funded.
Nice.
Cool, right?
Yeah.
Well, guess who else went to rehab? Do you think anybody in this family thinks about asking? All I hear about how great AJ's doing.
Bro.
Well, how great did I do with my family's business?
Yeah. But I know I always tell you this, but this is like so important, and I don't know how else to say it, but it's like
I have to let that part
your
go.
life will be transformed. This is a message for everyone. When you get away from me and you get into we, when you make your life about the other, when you're able to accept your Christ moment. So when you turn 33 is your Christ year. Okay. That's the year that Jesus died, that he was crucified. When we turn 33,
sorry about that, Jesus.
We accept our lot in life. Our experience is of me until we hit that year and it's over. You can choose at that point. You can accept the fact that life is about sacrifice and make your life about the other and embrace it. Or you can keep on the path of me, ego, pleasure, hedonism, etc., and you will be miserable for the rest of your life. That's all I have to say about that.
I can agree with you on that. There's just a point that I am guilty of. One thing is, if you're going to fuck with my life, you need to at least be a man and fucking sit down and talk to me about it. Hey, Steve, I'm going to have my buddy Isaac call you, FaceTime you from his phone.
Seeing the downs, we have been at odds. I mean, we actually had a couple years where we didn't speak because we just had a difference of opinion, but we picked it up like we never left when we reconnected, and I love him like a brother.
That's so dope. I think I have your audio going well now, so this is cool. All right, maybe you can tell me, let's see, something that you think. Tell me what you think Chad could be better at, because he won't tell me. He says he did it all perfect.
No, I did not.
Shit, the fuck out of here.
Yeah, no, I did. He knows that. He knows I would never say that. So
he says he didn't mess up a thing.
No, I think Chad has always been a people pleaser, if that makes any sense. He has always wanted to wanted to do for others in a lot of situations where people were not giving the same in return for him. And I think that was a testament to his big heart, but also his just naive about, I think, people's true intentions when it came to him. A lot of people took advantage of the fact that he was always willing to go above and beyond. And I think early in the years, I don't think he saw people's true character. A lot of times, I think the reasons that people abused the relationship that he had with them.
Mm. Yeah, I think that sounds about right. Do you have a response? Are you part of the music community as well?
No.
Or no?
I'm not a part of the music community, but definitely passionate about it, and it's definitely, I guess, for me, it's kind of like an escape, and it's kind of the same way it's kind of was for Chad, where music was a sort of therapy for him in a way. I think for him being involved in it, always sort of having his finger to the pulse of what was going on, somehow finding a way, whether it was Bonix or some of his other relationships he's made within the music industry, I think have been a good way for him to sort of just let go and release in many different situations.
Ask about Kenny and Linda. Go ahead.
All right, he wants.
No. You wanted the real outside.
Are you?
Wait a minute.
I know. Are you?
Before I say this, Steve is not a people pleaser.
Yeah.
Steve did not agree with me until a certain point with this whole shit with my family. So if you really want the truth,
Yeah. Okay. So do you have insight into the situation with the business with Chad and with the relationship with his parents and what went wrong?
Yes. So I like I said, I outside of Chad's family, his blood family that has known him since he was a baby in diapers, I think I am the one friend who has been there the longest out of anybody. I have been, like I said, there was one point in time where I think I was, and I'm sure Chad can attest to this, I was like family. Where when we were in high school, and this is, I think, how we became close. And this is why it was very hard for me in the very beginning when they were starting to have a lot of family drama that was sort of spilling over into, I would say, to more serious and more volatile than it should have been. When we were high school, his parents didn't know me or my family worth a can of paint, but there was enough trust and respect that, because I lived over on the other side of town in Pleasant Hills, West Mifflin area, and going to Sewickley it was a hike. I had to get up every morning, my dad, 4:30 a.m. and go to work with him. He worked for Sergeant Electric, and I had to take the PAT bus from downtown all the way out to Sewickley. And his parents allowed me to stay a lot of nights with them. A lot of nights I stayed during the week because we had late practices, and so I always had so much love and respect. I was at family dinners. At the house out. I was honestly like a second son. So I've been there to see the dynamic of the family from the high school years. After high school, I worked in the business for a few years in the summertime. So I got a chance to see the dynamic of the family within a corporate structure.
Mm-hmm.
And then even after I had moved on, graduated, and still was around, saw the structure deteriorate.
Okay.
To a point where it was hard to see. You know what I mean? And and a lot of times I didn't always agree with every decision that Chad made, and I tried to play devil's advocate and really be supportive of his parents because I had so much love for them. So a lot of my perspective, where I wanted to believe Chad, I wanted to hear his point, but it was hard. It was hard because I still had a lot of respect for his parents in the very beginning. But it got to a point where, and I don't know what the turning point for me was specifically, but it was like, for me, family is everything. And seeing what it was doing to him was hard for me. Like I said, I know Chad better than anybody. And that family business meant more to him than anyone will ever realize. Like, that was, like, I'm even getting emotional thinking about it. Like, that was who he was, man. Like, he was next in line. That was supposed to be his business. He was bred, born, molded to be next in line to run that company.
Yeah.
And as much as Chad played, partied, had fun, he worked his ass off. He worked and was amazing at what he did. But that's all he knew, right? Didn't matter whether he would have finished school, not finished school, that was the direction he was supposed to go. And when that was stripped from him, and hearing how his parents talked about him, the things they said about him, it hurt me. It hurt me to hear that shit.
Like what?
So, they got a restraining order against their son.
After the text message.
After the text message. But here's the thing, right? So when he went to rehab out of college, that was some serious shit. I remember getting a call from his fucking mom when they were. I'm sorry, am I allowed to curse? And I apologize.
Oh yeah. Yep,
okay, because I'm off the clock, so this is straight. This is raw. This is not my professional side is done. This is me. This is who I am. Whenever I got the call about him going to rehab, and that shit rocked me as his brother.
Yeah,
I was hurt because I knew how hard he partied, and I knew how much he was into that lifestyle, and I didn't agree with it, and he knew I didn't agree with it. But I knew that it got to the point where he had to come home from school. I knew that was some serious shit. So having an uncle that was a drug addict, that was heavy, it was in and out of rehab, and couldn't kick that shit. Like, that's what hurt me, because I did not want that shit to happen to Chad, to see him go down that route. But I also knew that a lot of times that's a cry for help, right?
Yeah.
And it's a cry for help that the people in your corner need to rally around you and not tell you what you want to hear, but what you need to hear. And it's an ongoing therapy. It's an ongoing process. It's not I send you to rehab and then that's that. And that's kind of how I felt with his parents. They sent him to rehab, and they expected some fucking magic pixie dust to fix this shit. And he was supposed to come back, oh, it's all over and it's good. And that's not the way it went. And then fast forward to when the situations with text messages, there's a deeper message behind that shit. This is a kid, or not a kid, a young man now, that was fucking hurt. That was hurt, right? And yeah, he did a lot of that shit to himself, but it was a cry for help that, looking past the comments that he made, he was just trying to get the love and respect from his parents that he wanted. And that's it. And when they did not look past that and all they saw was the message, this is, now again, I know Chad more than anybody else. Chad is a passionate fucking guy. Chad is a guy that loves fucking hard. Chad is a guy that if he's in your corner, he will have your back. But Chad is also a guy that wouldn't hurt a fucking fly.
Mm-hmm.
Never in his life has he fucking hurt anybody.
One time.
Never in his life has he put his hands on anybody.
Yeah.
Never in his life. Ever.
Totally.
And yep, what he said was to his parents was fucking wrong. But again, you got to look past that shit. Like, this isn't normal. This is a kid who has a habit of this. So it made me mad that his parents didn't look past this and see, okay, I understand you could be upset about this, but it has to be deeper than just my son is sending me these text messages. What is going on? And it always bothered me, the fact that, at least I never felt from their perspective, that they didn't look at it like this. That they didn't take the time to say, what's the deeper issue going on here? What's the deeper message behind these messages? behind these text messages. And at the end of the day, it's family. Fuck everything else. It's family. Families have ups and downs and ins and outs, but you got one family. That's it. And the fact it always killed me that, especially after his grandfather passed away, regardless of whether they were going to agree or disagree on how shit went, because Chad was wrong, but his parents never accepted accountability for shit they did. They created this fucking monster. I don't give a fuck what they say. I was there in the fucking very beginning.
With what? What did they do?
With
what were the
allowing
things that they did?
Well, I think it's
set him up for that.
not holding him accountable from the jump, right? So again, this is me. I can say this because I also was a kid that was very blessed to have come from a 2-parent household, middle to upper class, that we were fucking spoiled. We didn't struggle. We didn't have needs and wants, and you know what I'm saying? Like we enjoyed a great life.
Yeah.
Went to a great school. Had never struggled for shit. You know, but I would listen to the way he talked to his parents, the way they would talk to him, and I used to look at it like, yo, you're fucking crazy. How the fuck you yelling at your parents like that? How is your mother or father not reached across the table and fucked you up? I'm sitting there at a family dinner like, yo, this is wild. He's cursing his mom's cursing back, his grandpa's sitting there, I'm like, yo, this is some crazy shit. But one of those things to where if you're trying to build a legacy for your family, and you know this young man is supposed to be the next in line,
no, I earned the
where are the steps taken to make sure he understands the seriousness of this? Because yes, again, Chad and I come from a spoiled background where we've had many, many fucking chances to fail and make mistakes and have always had something to fall back on. And the problem was, I think that was done way too many times in the beginning, rather than him being held accountable and him understanding the importance of the role that he was in.
Do you feel like Chad's role in terms of the preservation of the business was significant?
Yeah, it should have been, because that's what kept it in the family. No one knew that fucking company like him. He ate, slept, bled, and shit Armstrong Cover Quick. That was him.
Armstrong.
That was Chad. Armstrong, AKK.
He worked
there. That was Chad.
I saved
you
that.
Mentioned Chad's name. Armstrong Cover Quick should go right with, because that's what it was supposed to be. You know what I mean? People don't. It don't. Like I said, I've been there. I understood the importance of that family business. Like that was legacy. That was passed down from one generation to the next. That was important. It meant something. You know, but I understand. Again, me being transparent, growing up similar to him, you know, we were naive. You know, he probably didn't understand the importance of it at a young age. He didn't. We were spoiled. You know, so
I built that business back then.
I wasn't there for every conversation, but I was there for enough to see that when he had made the mistakes that he made, there wasn't shit done to make sure that shit didn't happen again. There wasn't shit done to make sure he understood the importance in the role he played in that company.
What do you feel like?
He knows I saved that business. So.
What were the things that Chad's mom and dad did that were, you know, so bad to
Miranda.
Other than Miranda? Like, what you feel like they didn't treat him right, or like his job when he was on the road was like so terrible, or like what was the hardship that he went through?
I think the hardship what he went through was them just not, like I said, he didn't have a hard life, right?
Yeah.
You know, so I can pinpoint like we had struggle and didn't have clothes, didn't have food, didn't have a roof over our head. I think that what Chad wanted was acceptance. And I think that when they let him go the first time, that hurt. I think that really hurt him bad. That was the first time I think he really felt like, because he probably didn't think they would do that shit. I can play this role, I can have my fun, I can run, I can party, I can do all this other shit. I'm still doing my job. I'm still bringing in money to the business. But me playing around and me not being held accountable, there's no way that my parents are going to let me go, right? So I think when that happened, that was sort of like the beginning of the end, where the relationship, I think, just never recovered from that point. And I don't think there was enough conversation. I don't think there was enough transparency.
Yeah.
I don't think there was enough truth.
She loved him. She wanted him to succeed, wanted him to take over the business and do well. What happened to that dream that every mom would have, every dad would have for their son?
I think that how they expected him to be, he wasn't. He probably wasn't what they expected. And when I say that, as I'm gonna say it is like you have a Jewish guy, right, who he's running around, hanging out with
the brothers,
a bunch of black people, right?
Okay.
He's going to the club with us, smoking weed, we're drinking, we're out. He goes to college. He's running around with the basketball team now. He messed with a black girl. It wasn't falling in line with like the stereotypical way that they probably saw their son becoming. Right? He goes to college, comes back with fucking frosted tips in his hair. I mean, this shit is wild. He comes back from college with earrings in his fucking ears.
Right.
I think you came back with a fucking tan. I don't know where you tanning this. I don't know what the fuck.
I was tanning. The girls made me tan.
Jesus Christ. You know what I mean? So he wasn't probably the what they envisioned, right?
Yeah.
So, like I said, Chad was, from the business standpoint, he was good.
Killing it.
But
Fuck
from
that.
probably what they wanted outside of that he was just different.
Yeah.
He just he moved he went to a different drummer. He moved to a different beat. And I think that bothered them.
Yeah. 100%.
Interesting. All right. Well, it sure is cool to have your perspective on things.
He hates my mother.
Thank you so much for building it out for us.
No, of course, man.
Awesome. I hope we get to meet
You
in real
met
life.
Steve. You
Chad
met
says we've
Steve
met.
at the
We might have
fraternity
met.
house.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Say the fraternity house, Isaac.
Oh, at
You can't hear
the
me.
frat, maybe. At
At
CBT.
the frat house,
Yeah.
it's up down the pit.
Yeah. Yeah. Chad says we
Oh,
met.
those were good times.
No, tell him you were the DJ.
Yeah, I was a DJ for a ZBT Edie probably. Yeah.
No.
Man, that's a
When you were in
I
school.
can't remember everything that happened at those parties, but I do remember it was good times.
Isaac didn't even realize.
Man, I tell you what, man, and the one thing that, and like I said, I love Chad like a brother, and I think that he has so much to offer. And I told him, I said, all the trials and tribulations that he's gone through, it sucks, and he'll never understand it, but it's just a test to strengthen him for something greater that's coming. And, I don't know what that is, but I know it's coming down the line. You know what I mean? Because there are people that are just good fucking people. People that were there for people that those people didn't deserve him to be there. And he's a good fucking guy. Like, no, I don't give a fuck what anybody can say. He's a good fucking guy. We all made mistakes. We've all done dumb shit. We've all done stuff we will regret and wish we could do over again. But he has matured and grown in so many ways. And like I said, no one has seen him mature and grow like I have. I've seen the highs. I've seen the lows. I've seen the tears. I've seen the anger. I've seen things that no one else has seen before. But what I see in front of me now is a man that is starting to see his own value.
Amen.
Right? And starting to see that he doesn't need people's approval.
Yeah.
And even from his own family, as much as it hurts, you can't put effort and energy in people that don't see you for the good that you have in you. And he wants closure.
Yep.
But he has to create his own fucking closure. Because at the end of the day, it's about him. It's about his growth. It's about his journey.
Ask him if I should sue him.
And his story is far from over, but he has to take the pen, take the fucking pencil, and write that motherfucker like no one else could.
We getting back into it.
All
Thank
right.
you so much.
No, you're welcome, man. I
safe.
appreciate you supporting and linking up when I get back to the bird.
All right. Take care.
All right, bro.
Peace. That was so weird how he only had my mic and your video the whole time.
Oh, he was watching me talk.
He was watching you the whole time, yeah.
Great. I was crying halfway through it.
Yeah.
You caught me.
Yeah, that was cute.
Fuck you. I'm just saying, like, yeah, Steve and I have gone through it, dude. And I'm surprised he didn't say, my parents, like, I think I told you last time I found out that the business got sold. They wrote me a letter and sent it in the mail.
Oh, yeah. I remember.
Yeah.
That.
So
That's how you found out the business was
yeah,
selling.
and they wrote a couple other letters threatening me. And when I sent those to Steve, he was like, "What the fuck is wrong with them?" Like, he's right. I'm probably gonna have to find some closure myself.
Yes.
I'm okay. I'm trying to figure that out. But we talked the other day, and he was like, "I understand why you're mad, dude. They're running." He's more proud of me because I never talk about money. It's not even about the money, dude.
Yeah.
It's about the respect. Like, they would, if I didn't exist, and my parents have told people outside, like, I could call my dad's best friend, he'll tell you, Kenny told me if it wasn't for you, they would have lost their house. They've been flat broke. Well, then treat me like it. At least give me the respect enough to sit down and talk to me. But
he says during the episode where he airs out all the dirty laundry.
Yeah, well, guess what, dude? Guess what? For 2.5 years, I've been trying.
Yeah.
I've been trying. Now, Wayne, like I told you last time, Wayne and BT have gone to lunches with me. Oh, your dad's pretty cool. I'm like, yeah, not a bad person.
No. He was the ZBT advisor for
Right?
2 years.
He's a complete cornball. It's probably where I get my shit from. But he's an emasculated, cucked individual. Cucked in a way. I'm not sure if my mom's making him watch. But in an emasculated way, he's completely cucked.
Mm-hmm.
And he's cool with it. He's found his closure by being able to go do whatever he wants to do.
Yeah. How does he
Nothing.
tolerate that?
He sees Wayne.
Not being
He sees Wayne
the driver of his life
at every hockey game.
Yeah.
As Wayne would say, has he ever asked about you one time? Never. Say my name. Wayne will say my name. I don't want to talk about it. They don't. It's over. Like, Chad does not exist. They are a 3-person family. And what Steve and I talk about is my hardest part is if there was no Chad, there would be no family anymore. And I know you're going to probably...
What do you mean by that? You mean financially there would be
no house in Nevillewood, no Jessica's fucking house with a brand new rebuilt kitchen, no car, no house for Jessica
because you saved the business.
in Chicago, no house for Jessica in Missouri.
But they're not going to give you credit for that. They're not going to like.
Here's not here. That's not what
That's
I'm looking
water
for.
under the bridge.
I'm not looking for the credit, dude.
Yeah.
I know I did it. They
Right.
can't take that from me. It's not that. It's 15 years
Yes.
of treating me like I'm dead.
What
Nobody can tell me how or what to do with it because they've never felt it.
This might.
When I heard my grandmother say, "I just want to die," your father killed me. He broke my heart. That was it, dude. It's been fucking game on since then because when I tell you my grandparents took my mother in. My mother ran away from her mother in college. You're going to tell his son that you can't talk to two 80 and 85-year-old at the time people who have financially looked out for you two until my dad got good? Nah, man. Like this shit, you got all your mom's money because she died and you turned into a complete... You think you're up here. She thinks she's better than everybody. If you don't do as she say, dog, you're gone. She lives in her own bubble. That's why she won't see me. That's why she won't talk to me. Because she has... Here's the thing, Isaac.
Yeah.
And you can tell right now I've been to therapists, psychologists, psychiatrists. I've been to a life coach.
Yeah.
I've been to them all, bro. It's the one thing they've all agreed on. Until your mother sits down with you, you will never get closure. No. I'm talking every single one of them.
Yeah.
Because it's professional, it's personal, and there's a child involved.
What do you want?
What do I want from them?
What are you expecting from your mom?
I just want her to say, "Hey, I fucked up."
It's not going to happen.
Look,
you right now are the only person that's suffering, and
but
you're causing that suffering.
I'm not causing the suffering.
You are. Because
so my
listen
dad,
to me just for a second.
Wait, no, let me finish. My dad hit me like last week for my birthday. I love you. I put on speakerphone because Ray was there.
Yeah.
And Wayne was there at my house. We were all smoking. Chad David, we love you so much. We wish you were around more. I'm like, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, dude, just stop shooting air up my ass.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, every time I see him, I'm going to get you. Oh, no, Chad. Your mother's just never going to talk to you again. And guess what? That's cool. I don't care to be in their life, Isaac. I think that's where people get it mixed up. She's touched, I think what the therapist and my life coach said. If she just fucked me over with Miranda.
Yeah.
I've been over that, bro. I've been over that. But it's the Miranda. Then it's put me down. Then it's talking about my friends that are black. Okay? Then it's the business. Then put me down professionally in front of people.
Yeah.
I can't. I've let her get it. And knowingly knows she's cheating on my dad.
What would the worst possible outcome be if you were to forgive her completely? Say this: I completely absolve you. I cannot control you. You are not me. You are outside of me.
Whose son am I?
Control your behavior.
Whose son am I?
I can't control your behavior.
No. Whose son are you? Whose son am I? Am I Kenny's son or am I Linda's son?
Linda's son.
Ain't happening, cuz. All I need from her is 30 minutes.
You're not going to get it, man.
No. And it's cool.
You need to move on. You need to accept the fact that you are in your world. She's outside of it.
So what I was trying to tell you,
your happiness cannot depend on her. It can't depend on anyone.
My dad asked to be back in my life.
That's
okay.
Dope.
Okay. Listen to me. You're not going to be happy with the response. And Ray and Wayne were not happy with my response until I explained them my response. I told him respectfully, Dad, it's not that I don't like you. I have so much in common with him. We can still talk about the steel business to today, and we're not in it, right? And I enjoy talking about it. And I enjoy reminiscing. And I enjoy all that with him. He's promised me so many times to help me end this.
Yeah.
No, just. And I said, listen, man, you in the last 15 years have not followed through on one thing, whether it's your parents, whether it's me, whether it's his friends. He'll put words in his friend's mouth, who I talk to more regularly than he does. And I said, I can't have you in my life because it makes me too angry. And the only way I have happiness these days is without you guys. And I've grown up enough to know that I'm okay with that. I don't like talking about them, but they sure as fuck love talking about me. Okay? I don't wake up anymore thinking about them. Have I moved on? No. I've compartmentalized it. Just like I compartmentalized when I figured out both my parents were cheating on each other. And I didn't say that last time either. So I have people I'm working with telling me I'm not living correctly. Why are you still going out with Bonix to the club? He's not a good person in your life. Okay? This is Brandon we're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay? Steve's out of control. Why are you doing this? Well, guess what, dude? You're talking to me. I know what the fuck you're doing.
The advice can still be reasonable, even if it's coming from a hypocritical source. You have to take the good.
It's cool, but I wasn't doing anything crazy. I get off the plane. We go have dinner like we always did, probably in the common with Brandon. And we go to the club and I come home. They just didn't like that my Sundays, I wouldn't go to family dinner anymore.
Finally, you admit something that you did that you could have done differently.
No.
Maybe you should have shown up to the family dinners.
It's not that I didn't show up. I said, I work with you 5 days a week. We fight 5 days a week.
What do you think would happen if you and your mom were locked into a room, just like at ZBT when we used to lock the pledges into the fucking, the room, and both of you guys were given MDMA, actual dose, 10 hours.
Have you ever seen the movie Big Trouble in Little China?
I don't know.
It was with Kurt Russell, and they were, there's a dude there that when the person they defeat, a samurai dude, when he defeats some Chinese god, right? He holds his breath until he expands, and then he just pops. That's Linda Simon. She won't. My sister, too. My sister is a worse version of my mother.
She won't what?
My sister's a psychologist, bro.
Your mom won't what?
She won't talk. She'd go stand in a corner and face a wall. She knows what she's done. She just don't want to deal with it, bro. Because she got money. Nobody could tell her anyways. So I've just compartmentalized it. I'm okay, dude. Like, I've been a finalist for a job last couple weeks, 5 different jobs. Didn't get any of them. It's cool, but I'm getting there. I don't need them. I have my friends.
Yeah.
But I did. I'm glad I told that to him, and he was hurt. And I was like, listen, man, you can't tell me you're hurt. You didn't talk to me for 15 years over a text message. It's wild.
Yep.
Oh, no, Chad, we always thought about you. That just makes it worse. Like, it's cool. So, like,
did you apologize for the text?
No, I explained to him the text. I said, bring it up. I'll explain it to you. Insert Armstrong cover quick instead of you guys, and then read it. Oh. It's like, when have I ever hit you? My dad hit me once. He broke his hand. Got a hard head. That's Pat McAfee. Hard head up here. Okay, big head. My mother tried to slap me 4 times at work, and I grabbed her wrist. That's about it. That's as physical as I got with my parents. I would not touch them. Would not touch my sister. Or that sounded really bad. You know what I mean? Getting physical. It's not that, dude. It's just she wants to break me. And I said this to you last time. You don't like it, and then we'll move on to Hartford because I don't want to give them any more. Oh, before Steve called, I didn't finish. I know. Sorry, y'all. We're skipping around a little bit, and we'll get back on track. My Uncle Lee. I was really about to say this, and I mean this. I respected my Uncle Lee more than my own father growing up.
Yeah.
Okay? That motherfucker judged me off of somebody else's conversations with him, my mother or my father. Don't know which one. Dude, you've been a lawyer and a judge your whole life. What have you done? I've listened to one. I listened to the other. I come to my fucking decision. Okay? Could have came to whatever decision he wanted to. He's the one that got his son federal. I didn't have any of that. I worked my ass off. That's no shade at my cousin AJ. I'm happy. He's married. He's clean. He's helping other people. And he's financially stable. That's fucking awesome.
But you said he was the one who convinced your parents.
My Uncle Lee, everybody calls him for the wife. Everybody calls him for advice. He was the one. Now, if I am wrong, I will walk up to that man's door and shake his fucking hand. But that's from my dad's lips to my ears. We were just doing what Lee told us was best to do because you're a druggie and you're embarrassing the entire family. Well, his druggie got fucking millions of federal dollars to do something. I hit the road and saved your ass while my dad's watching porn and my mom's cheating on him. Okay? Like straight up, not even trying to shock jock it. That's what it is. So the fact that he don't even talk to me.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of hypocritical bullshit.
I think pornography is really destructive. I think that really people think that it's very benign and innocuous, but that it's not good in any sense of the word. It's not good for the people that make it. It's not good for the people who consume it. You should cut it out of your life and you will be happier. You'll live a more purposeful, full life. Think about it like this. Like, what is it replacing? It's replacing your actual libido. Your libido is a superpower. Your sex drive is a superpower. You can use that to become the actual person that you want to become, which is what would happen that would be so terrible if you never looked at pornography again? Talking to men right now in general. Well, for one, you might start a family. You might get married. You might find a life partner. You might find somebody who you can actually connect with rather than an empty screen and the faces of people that you actually don't know that are, mostly lost women, unfortunately, that are being taken advantage of by a system which is designed to depopulate the earth. Frankly, that's what pornography is. It's a method of birth control. It's a way of reducing the global population. Are
you talking about porn as a way of losing?
Absolutely. That's why they're trying to get everybody to watch it. Are you kidding me? That's why.
Excuse to
That's what it's all about. Same thing with Instagram. Same thing with like the sex on Instagram. People use it the same way. It's just a way of get it. If you
be a swinger, man, life's a little easier.
Not a chance. Everything you see on, if you see, absolutely not. No. How about this? How about stop fornicating? How about that? How about use Eros as what it's intended to
I love
be?
you to death, but you're a fucking savage yourself. Okay, relax there.
I'm not perfect, man. Trust me, I fuck up every single day, but I have an idea about what the goal is. I have an idea about what the actual path of righteousness is, and I am trying to walk it.
No, and I respect you for that. I just think I'm just to the point in life where I just go day by day, man. When you hit your 40s, you'll understand. No, because think about it. Not a lot of people die. Not a lot of people die in the 30s naturally, right? But in your 40s, people start dropping, dude. No,
Naturally?
When I turned 44,
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, something like that, 2.5 weeks ago, I went for a walk down by the beautiful Allegheny River.
Saw a body floating along. Contemplated my own mortality.
No, it's not that bad. It was right after the flood. So it was more like, it looked like 80 million beavers combined on because there's that marina on the south side. It was just every fucking stick from Pittsburgh was there. It looked like a beaver.
The river Styx.
Built fucking Rick Ross's house on the Monongahela and shit. Okay. That's how, no, it was that bad. I felt my mortality a little bit.
Yeah.
And you've heard Isaac and I talk about my drug use to y'all. Like, I don't know what the fuck's going on inside of me. Pause. But I'm going to try to make every day the best day that I can. Because.
For others.
Yeah, well, that's all that matters to me, dude. Dude, I shouldn't even be saying this. I have like $300 to my name, right? I don't care. Cool.
I finally reached $1 million in debt. Cheers.
Yeah, but you have.
I'm minus $1 million. You're not minus $1 million.
I'm minus like $6,000.
Come on.
You're minus $1 million with it coming, though. Because you worked your ass off for it. So we'll cheers again.
Whatever. I'm lower than you. The point is, it doesn't matter. All that matters is a trajectory. It's not about about a velocity. It's about an acceleration.
Let me finish my shit.
Yeah.
If one of my friends called me tomorrow, tight knit friends, Wayne, BT, actually, oh no, I'll get into that. I'm not going to skip around. Ray, Bethany, Hutch, her husband Hutch, who needs to come on this podcast before you leave because he's a sergeant. He's got.
That'd be really cool.
And he's a lieutenant in the firefighters. His birthday's April 3rd.
There you go.
So, he treats my sister Bethany like $1 million fucking dollars. I don't have to worry about her, not one bit. I mean, I never worried about her. She's a strong bitch. But, I would give the $300 to them right now. And I just fucking, I'm not very Jewish, but there's Jewish things about me. I have like a Gatorade thing of change.
Do you ever give money to the people when you're driving down the highway?
Nah, fuck them. Like you go, like, here's my thing. Everybody hits bad spots. I've been to rehab, right? So I don't look. When you go to rehab and you sit there the first day and they like let you in the group, right? They make everybody go around and tell their story, right? It gets a little old, especially when you're the person telling the story for the 6th time.
Yeah.
But you realize, bro, life just ain't that bad compared to other people. When I look at the homeless people standing on the bridge, I feel bad for them. But at the same time they're standing at the bridge, they could go get a job. And there's places downtown that specifically hire homeless people and will give them an advance or will help them shower and shave and clean up. Because they just hit a bad patch, man.
Yep.
Life's not easy. Like, dude, who's I talking to? Maybe Spills. Shout out DJ Spills. I am so glad I did not have this.
Yeah.
In high school and college.
Oh yeah.
When I was in college, I had the Motorola Razr, bro. Where you could switch out the colors, right? It was a big deal, like the little shell, right?
1 megabyte camera.
Yeah,
1 megapixel camera.
You had to hit the 2-3 times the right Chad. You know what I mean? Like all that. It was just
QWERTY.
Yeah.
QWERTY keyboard, yeah.
So,
yeah.
Like, dude, like Steve's right. And I'm not trying to go off his back because we fought those first 2-3 years that I was fired, right? We fought really hard about my parents until his friend, Dave, is who I got a job at Armstrong. He still works there to this day. He called me. He's like, oh, sorry about that. He called Steve last week and he was like, I saw Chad. I haven't seen him in 12 years. And he was like, where? He's like, well, dude, he lives across the fucking street. He's like, I didn't know that. And it's like, Steve's like, let me ask you, like, I know, like, by the end, me and him were really butting heads because I was crushing it and he wasn't. Okay? And Steve's like, just answer one question for me. If Chad's mother wasn't there, he goes, oh, Chad'd still be working. It's just that simple. Like, he told Steve a story that he almost got fired for speaking up, being like, yo, like, you've got a shit ton of money. Just hire an accountant. That's all she's doing is coming in on a Thursday and writing the checks out. That's what she's doing, dog. No disrespect.
I think a lot of people, there's a lot of like folks where, like I'll have somebody in the clinic and
Like
they'll come through and I'm like, how are you still working? Like, how, they're like, oh, I'm a manager. It's like, what do you do? If you have like advanced dementia and you're still getting a paycheck.
It's not even that, dude. It's we're in a meeting and someone's explaining stuff to her. And you have to understand, before we go into a meeting with my mother, my dad, me, Kevin, and Dave would all sit down and talk. We lay it out to try to explain to her because she would not, like I told her, hey, why don't you go up to Detroit with me for a weekend? I bring up Ken Walsty all the time. That's my best buddy, Perry. I'll show you what we do. Just so when we talk, you just make a half decision. You just don't feel like spending the money. That doesn't fly in business. If I lay it out to you, like it is what it is. She got it out for me, man. I don't want to get back into it.
You really don't think that she wants you to be, I just can't imagine that she doesn't want deep down, like you to succeed, you to thrive, wants what's best for you. She would be happier if, let me put it out there.
Okay.
If you settled down, had a family, had a straight job.
I tried. Had one.
Just put it out there. If you had those things.
With a nice white woman, right?
I'm not saying that, man.
I'm just joking. Go ahead, finish.
If you did, like, put that kind of, I don't know, don't you think that she would be happy? Like, isn't that all she wants? She just wants you to be respectable or whatever. But you are, so I don't know. It's kind of like in her mind, like that vision of respectability.
You want me to answer this truthfully?
Yes.
Because this is unedited, unfiltered. It pains me to say this because it deals with my own mortality. And I think you know what I'm about to say.
Yeah. She would rather you were dead.
She'd rather I be dead.
Yeah.
And that's a fact.
Why?
Because I'm her biggest threat.
Because of what you said today on the podcast? Because of what you know about her?
No.
Because she cheats? And
no.
Because she...
No, I don't care about that. Listen, you want to talk about that for a second?
Yeah. How are you threatening to her?
No. I want to talk about the cheating. I'm not. So I think I handled it very well and I didn't bring it up because I saw my parents. I saw how she treated my dad, right? Neither of them are right. I'm not taking a side on this. I'm just being blatant. It's going to sound like I did, but I honestly look at them as 50-50 on this, okay? I'm not, there's one thing I am not bringing up. Something happened to my mother at the beginning of their marriage. Not of my dad's doing, okay? She's never forgiven him for it. He was not in town, okay? You can all make your aspirations of what not aspirations. You can make your own opinions of what you think happened. I'm not going to that's my mother's story to tell. I found this out later in life. My entire life growing up, she's been hard on my dad. I mean, to the point where he would sit in his car crying. Okay? Not surprised he cheated. Not surprised she cheated. That's not the part with me. It was thinking that they're better than everybody. That's what pissed me off. I understood why they both cheated. And I told them both. I had a meeting. I was like, yo, listen, people are talking about you two. Okay? If you two aren't happy, figure it out and fucking part ways.
Why do you think they stayed together?
Because my mom would be embarrassed. She failed. Oh boy. I fail a lot. I failed at a job I thought I had fucking in the bag. Right? Obviously, I wasn't good enough. Or no, I won't say that. I'm not even put that. That sounded like I'm putting myself down.
Yeah,
no.
It wasn't the right moment.
No. I'm 100% tell you. And I literally talked to the guy today. He still keeps in touch with me.
Good.
They just wanted a guy that had an engineering degree.
Right.
And I didn't have that. But I told him. And I'm not desperate. I talked to the owner of the private equity firm in New York, and I talked to him. And I wrote them an email. I said, greatest interviews I've ever had, the most comfortable I've ever felt. I was like, I know I didn't get this job, but if there's an inside sales job, if there's something that comes up, I would like to work for you guys.
Cool. Yeah.
And they were like, now we don't feel as bad. They felt very bad not giving me the job because they knew I could do it.
Yeah.
They just felt more comfortable with the engineer, right? And that's okay.
Yeah. That's good that you follow up. I mean, obviously, that's the way to go. It's like handwritten letter if you can.
No, I did an email, but like
email's fine.
I felt, dude, I interviewed that day for 3.5 hours.
Wow.
That's not a normal interview. Mm-mm. And I will tell you 2 hours of that interview was talking shit. It was just talking. They started talking about me working in the car business. So he was like, I fucking hate getting a car. I was like, I fucking hate selling you a car. Like, because that's
you
why.
Used to sell cars?
How is the general? You know where Aldi's is in East Liberty?
Yeah.
That used to be Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep. That was my dealership. I was the assistant general manager.
What is like? How does the car business work? It's basically like to sell people loans, right? Isn't that what it like? It's actually a financial services outfit.
Everybody tells me, Chad, you don't have a job. You should go sell cars.
In there.
Fuck that.
What was negative about it?
I'd rather. There's 2 jobs I won't know. I will never serve people food.
Really?
Okay. Has nothing to. It's not demeaning. It's not like that. Yeah. It's like fuck you people, right? And I won't bartend. Now everybody's like, Chad,
you're such a good bartender, dude.
No,
oh my God.
Exactly, right there, right?
Oh my God.
The minute somebody comes back to me and tells me there's not enough something in my drink,
yeah,
I fucking destroy them. I've been getting drinks for how long now, Isaac? Right? I drink.
Why don't you just work on that?
I drink vodka. I drink vodka. No, here's the thing. I drink vodka on the rocks, okay? I've never complained about a thing, not a shot. Oh, there's not enough. I heard somebody on Saturday night when I was working at the Thunderbird bitch that there wasn't enough cranberry in her, like some passion thing.
Yeah.
Right? It was orange juice, cranberry vodka. Oh, honey, you need to put a little bit more No, like relax. Just drink the fucking drink.
Is that a Cosmo?
No, it's some fucking
orange
stupid
juice, cranberry, sex on the no.
Man, I think it may have been a sex on the beach. Right? Number one.
That's what we used to make at ZBT.
So the big handles. This woman chastised. This woman chastised one of the bartenders. I walked up to her, and she goes, "You're a manager here?" I was like, "Oh, okay, I'll be the manager." How old are you? And this woman said she was 49 years old. I said, "You just ordered a sex on the beach."
Yeah.
I'm 44. That's like me. What's the fucking shit called with the orange juice and vodka? Screwdriver. That's like me as a 44-year-old man. Hey, give me a screwdriver.
You're going to have to learn that if you're going to be working behind the bars. Chad.
No, I already worked behind. I'm bar back, dude. That's why I don't want to fucking talk to people. Like business people. And then here's the thing. But I want to go do sales and steel business. But that's just my shit.
Yeah.
As you heard Steve say, like, I wasn't mad at Steve, so I'm going to say this, but the question you should have asked him was when he said, I prepared and everything, I worked for that shit.
Yeah.
But the one thing that he always tells me is when he talked to his buddy Dave, who works at my family's business, I never talked about being the boss. Never once.
Yeah.
I didn't desire that. I was looking out for my mom and my dad and my sister. Like, you tell me we're about to lose everything? Bro, I'm going to overdrive. Like, if you told me you're about to lose everything, I'm not letting that happen. Not, dude. So, you want to talk about Hartford? Let's get happy.
Yeah, let's get happy. All right.
So
how long did you spend in college or in Hartford? Maybe both.
Oh, man.
Were you a pledge the whole time? You left as soon as you got letters?
No, bro. I was there for five and a half years, something like that.
What? You got 5.5 years with no degree?
So here's
I'm
the
so
thing.
Confused.
Here's the thing. So I went to Hartford. Sewickley had just won the basketball. I had tore my knee my senior year in high school.
This
right?
is UConn?
Don't ever say that word to me again. And University of Hartford.
Oh, University of Hartford. Okay.
But at
They're the
Sewickley,
Whalers? Are they
no.
the Whalers?
Hartford Whalers.
Whalers.
They were not there. They were the Wolf Pack.
Fuck.
Trust me, I was
So
not
confused.
happy about it.
Okay.
So just let me get into high school for a second. So in high school,
Sewickley's north side.
Sewickley's down the river, bro. Sewickley's closer to Ambridge and Aliquippa.
But it's north of the Allegheny.
It's not north side, bro.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
right across the moon.
All right. North of the Ohio, maybe?
Yeah. I'm not even getting into Sewickley. I'm just talking about basketball stuff. So my senior year, I tore my knee really bad. And Steve is obviously a basketball player. And it sounds stupid, but Coach Giannotta there, our gym teacher, but he's also the head coach of the basketball team, I'm just really close with. So I went on the basketball team and I couldn't do anything at hockey where I was an all-star.
Yeah.
So he's like, hey, come fill the fucking water balls. All your friends are on the basketball team. I was like, oh, fuck it. We're in the playoffs. Fuck it. I'm going. We lost in the Whitfield Championships, but we ended up winning the state championship.
Wow.
So Coach G goes to me, what are you going to do in college? Like, you're turning down. I had scholarship offers. I had scholarship offers for D2 and D3. I had half scholarships at Michigan, BU, and Northeastern.
For hockey?
Yeah.
Wow. What was your position?
I could play all the positions besides goalie.
Wow.
But I was
righty?
I took pride in being the guy who locked down the best player. I would do anything.
More defensive minded.
Yes. It was Ron Francis.
Do you ever see...
That's who I patterned my game after. Well,
Goon?
no.
Do you ever see the movie? It's like Chris Prater?
No, it was Stifler.
No.
Stifler was in Goon.
No.
Well, Sean William Scott.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the 30 for 30 on the defenseman for the Red Wings named Chris Draper. No.
Chris Draper was a forward. Scott McCartney.
Prater or something. Something with a P.
No,
Primo.
Keith Primo?
Is that him?
No, it wasn't him.
Life, I can't remember.
Okay, just move on. I kind of patterned my game looking back at it in a way. I didn't pattern my game during it, but one of my favorite players was Ron Francis.
Okay.
And I took, I guess, a couple of the D1 scouts saw me as like, yeah, he ain't going to NHL, but that son of a bitch makes people's lives fucking miserable. Keep typing, dude. Not talking to me. Keep typing and not talking to me.
You're telling me the stories of Hartford.
So, no, I'm talking about Sewickley right now. So we ended up winning state championships. Like, what are you going to do? I was like, I went on all these. Now, you heard from Steve, like, I didn't have much of like fun in high school at all. So, like, the thought of going to some D2 or T3 school in the middle of fucking nowhere and not having fun, like, it's one to have fun, dude.
Why did you think Hartford wasn't going to be fun?
No, it had nothing to do with Hartford. I thought Hartford would be fun. That's why I went there.
Oh, this is why you didn't go to.
Why I didn't take a scholarship.
But
So-
Michigan would have been a party.
I didn't want to live that life. They showed.
You didn't want to deal with the scholarship requirements of being a hockey player.
Yeah, I was over it. I was over it. I mean, you have to remember at Sewickley, I was head of the auditorium. I wasn't going to. Remember, I told you this. I wasn't going to class. I was so busy in that theater.
You were doing acting?
No, I did the sound and audio.
That's right. Doing the lights for what though? For shows,
For
theater, everything. Yeah, sound and light.
More sound than lights. I did the lights, but
Yeah.
I preferred the sound. So
They have this really cool recording studio at the Oaklander Hotel. I
Really?
ate there today. And if you stay at
is
the
that where you got
Oaklander-
the eggs?
Yeah. If you stay at, I shouldn't have showed my bread because it's Passover right now. Is tequila Passover kosher? I don't remember.
I sent you
This is
something
our-
the other day.
This is our second night Seder right here. L'chaim. This is
You're
our,
making
is
your
this the
matzo
third? Is this
glizzies?
the third glass?
You're gonna make your matzo
I wanted-
glizzies
yeah, those are
tonight.
dope, man. This is our third glass of wine right here. So
Your third.
I'm
my
gonna
fourth.
I'm gonna make you say the 4 questions soon. I guess I have to say them because I'm the youngest.
I may take a piece of bread before I get in the car. All I know is Shabbat Shalom. Hey,
That's not.
I know.
Passover.
Anyways,
So, but before I finish, I have to tell the story about the recording studio. So it was really cool. If you stay at the Oaklander, you can use the recording studio in the basement. It's not even in the basement. It's on the first floor. When you first walk in the Oaklander, you can use a dope recording studio, and they even have a guy there that will record you. I got to meet him and talk to him. Of course, the Oaklander is not the site of the Syria Mosque. The Syria Mosque is the parking lot that's next door, and there's no sign up. There really should be, but that's all I have to say about that.
so I was texting DJ B Rock back.
Oh, cool.
She was like, "What did he say?"
Is it B Rock? I thought it was Brock.
No, I just call her B Rock because I feel weird calling a woman by her last name.
Okay.
It is Brock.
Yeah.
But I call it B Rock.
B Rock, B Tips, B Bonics.
Oh, people don't even know about B-Bonics. They
No,
know.
nobody knows about that.
Yeah.
But that's what
Sorry,
that was one
Brandon.
of the main reasons I became B
Sorry,
Tips.
Brandon.
That was like I thought everybody was B. I didn't know it had to do with his first
Hey,
name
bro.
was fucking Brandon. And so I'm like,
you
I
wanna-
gotta be a B.
You want to FaceTime somebody that would be like, "Hello, what do you need from me right now?" I'd be like, "I'm interviewing Chad." Oh my God. What's he saying now?
B Bonics.
Okay, so like my coach said to me, "What do you want to do? Like you're going to Hartford, you know they have a D1 basketball team." And I was like, "Well, why did you decide to go to Hartford?" This is where ZBT comes in. Do you know why I decided to go to Hartford?
Because your dad and your grandfather
No.
had been national presidents
Nope.
of ZBT.
Nope.
And they had a chapter.
Well, yeah, I had to go somewhere there was ZBT. That was a me. That wasn't them. That was
That's
me.
cool. That's cool. It was important to you.
So I got dropped off to the president, Jared Prussin. He takes me, he's like, "Kenny, come back in about 4 hours. We're going to give him the real tour." Now,
Is it
when I tell you that I've not had anything to do with women besides kissing a girl at Sewickley, nothing. He dropped me off. He's like, "Where are you going?" He's like, "Just knock on the door." I walked out. This girl opened the door and just straight lingerie, the whole garters, everything. Sat me down on the couch and topped me the fuck off. And I saw my dad 4 hours later. And I said, "I know where I'm going to school."
Wow.
That was it.
Wow.
And my first day of school, Jared Prussin picked me up, took me to this club with a fake ID.
Yeah.
Same girl was waiting in the manager's office, took my virginity.
Wow.
I lost my virginity in an egg club.
Wow.
So, Hartford, man. So let me get names out right now because they all called me. They didn't even talk about me. They didn't even talk about us. Da-da-da. So, Andrew Mila, you've already been on the podcast. Rob Marotti, Pierre Johnson, Wayne Goldblatt, Rachel Yam, Jillian Goldstein, Michelle Marullo, Josh Odabella. My phone is fucking.
Yeah, it's lit.
getting fucking killed right now. Pierre, like how did he come last?
You'd already said him.
Justin Bailey, Keon Smith, Coach Brazo, Coach Harrison. Dude, the best thing that ever happened to me was going to Hartford.
Wow.
It got me out of that bubble, dude. It got me away from her. Now.
Her as mom.
Yeah. So this is not going to be Linda based. I'm going to get the Linda shit over with real quick. So Coach G wrote a letter to Coach Brazo saying like, yo, this dude, you know, like he's really good hockey. He's just overplaying. He helped us out. Like, think it would be very good for him to have. I read the letter afterwards. I don't think he's ready for college to be on his own. Think it'd be good for him to have the basket. He'll do whatever you ask him to do, but it would be good for him to be responsible for something. Because he's like at Sewickley, I was very responsible for the auditorium, made me a better student. So coach is like, I've never had anybody write me a letter to be a fucking student manager. You got the job. And I did that. I did the equipment. I did the travel planning. I did back then the VHS tapes. Whoa. Because schools would send each other tapes against a common opponent.
Yeah.
So I was dubbing tapes all day.
Wow. This is for the basketball team.
Yeah.
D1 basketball.
Yeah.
And those were a lot of the guys that you became friends with. Like Steve.
Yeah. No. Steve was at Sewickley.
Okay. But a lot of the friends, a lot of the guys were basketball players.
Yeah.
And you were the equipment manager.
I was the student manager. I never did a water bottle a day in my life, buddy. I filled them up. I didn't hand them out to anybody.
Okay. Just
because I didn't trust anybody. But it got to the point where I became, as a student, I was assistant facilities director for Hartford, even though they're Division III now, don't even fucking ask me that question. I want to talk about it. They have a very old barn type of arena where the roof is wooded. Mm-hmm. So you want to spot the DJ, bro?
Yeah.
You want it so loud?
Fun. They had one in Charleston too.
An old barn, bro. It's an old barn. So Hartford, my third night at Hartford, I went to the tunnel in New York. That story I told last time.
Wow. Yeah.
That was my third night at Hartford. Everything changed after that.
It was like 2 hours on a train to the city?
No.
Not even?
No, 45 minutes, an hour from Hartford. We took the Excella.
Wow.
So we were an hour 15 minutes to New York, an hour to Boston.
That's right. Yeah, me on the Funghua bus.
Yeah, well, they had mega buses back then and all that shit. But it was like $10 round trip when you're a student. So why I would go to the city every weekend. You take the train in, you go to dinner, you go to the club, then you go to after hours, and you take the fucking 5 o'clock in the morning train back home.
There's no after hours needed because in New York the party goes till 4.
There was still after hours, buddy. There's one name I didn't list right there, and she is the most important person in my life back then. There's two ladies. One was Rachel Yam, and the other is, you've heard this name before, Jamie.
Mm-hmm.
Rachel was the girl I was obsessed with my freshman year. And she knows all this, so it's not going to blow her out. First day I met Rachel, first night at school, we were like, yo, we're throwing a fun. You know me, dude, I'm out. I am out of my mother. I want to party, bro. It's all I want. Like, my parents dropped me off. They went by, shed a tear, watched them go around the bed. I'm like, yo, who can get us alcohol? I've never drank.
Yes.
I've never drank. We got Peachtree. Fucked up, dog. Fucked up. So we go dorm to dorm. Hey, we're throwing a party tonight. We're throwing a party. I see Rachel come out the bathroom wrapped in a towel. Profess my love. Like a schmuck. She used to love cucumber melon. I probably bought bad Bath and Body Works out of all of that shit.
Yeah.
Right? Turns out she is to this day, one of my top 5 dead or alive best friends.
Oh, that's cool.
Just had a child. Beautiful Onyx. He's beautiful. But Hartford was party city, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I tell you cocaine was more relevant than weed, I didn't even hear about weed till my junior year.
Because of the proximity to the city, to Boston, everything. Yeah.
I had a bunch of rich Jews from Long Island I went to school with. I ain't never heard techno music in my life. Don't. I'm like, what the fuck is this bullshit?
What year is this? What year was your
98.
freshman year? 98. Wow.
Blue, da da dee, da da da. That shit came out. And the Sandstorm. Sandstorm's a shit. Dude, if you see me anywhere and that shit starts, I'll perk up. I'll be like, I remember these bitches getting naked. But like Mila, me, Rabio, Pierre, dude, I told you about that credit card. Like, we all need to get over it. Every Thursday and Saturday, the minute Alex Carvalho introduced me to the Hippodrome, my life entirely changed. I didn't go to class because I just used basketball as an excuse. And they'd be like, oh, Chad didn't take this test. They're like, oh, well, just he'll do it while he's on the bus. So while I'm on the bus.
What do you think it was that steered you away from the academics?
I didn't want to be there. I'm straight up telling you that, Isaac. I didn't want to be there, dude. I wanted to be at Armstrong Company. You heard what Steve said. I shit it now. I just found a card in my car. I found my business card. I'm like, how did this fuck ever get in here? So I didn't want to be there. I was doing everything I possibly could to go home.
And yet it took 5.5, 6 years to get back.
Didn't care. She was glad I was gone. She had her daughter at home. She didn't want a boy. Remember, she has 4 sisters, and the youngest sibling is a boy who's schizophrenic. My Uncle Steve. God help him. So I think that she just views me as her brother. They used me. It's like something like Steve said. They used me. That crazy was good till they didn't need it no more. I was a pit bull at work, dude. Like, you didn't want to be. You know how you are as a doctor? When you have your opinion, you have your feeling before you go, whether do surgery or give somebody a thing, and you know you're fucking right. You ain't backing down, dude. That's me in business. Like, if I ever took you to a steel mill, you probably fucking hugged me afterwards. Like, I don't even know who you are. It's because that's what Al Brooks said to me. I don't even know. The one day I took him, he said, I don't know who the fuck you are. So, like, Hartford, dude, I never went to class. I lived off campus in a tower, in a suite. Don't think Linda didn't pay for anything. She paid. Basically, what I told her a long time ago is, you paid for me to be away.
What if she paid because she wanted you to get an education and then she felt you squandered that?
My brother, do they send your grades home in college?
Yes. No, I don't remember.
Do they send your grades home in college?
I don't think so.
You are full of shit if you don't think so.
Really?
Your grades come in the mail.
Wow. I mean,
That's your mailing address, not school.
So I had listed my grandparents as my mailing address for a while in Pittsburgh to try to get in-state.
She knew, bro.
I think I did get in-state.
Didn't say a word. Said nothing, cuz. Nothing. Steve will tell you that. Pierre will tell you that too. She brings up Hartford. Pierre will be like, yo, this motherfucker was getting C's and C minuses the entire year. Like, Pierre said it to my mother one time, like, don't even play that shit. I was so deep into basketball, Isaac.
Yeah.
That it was like a job.
Right. Well, why not make that into the career?
Well, he got fired. But what I was trying to tell you is, not only was I was doing 10 hours a day in a basketball office, I was the president of ZBT too.
I didn't realize that. Didn't you have to have like a GPA in order to be the president? I thought a lot of it was about academic excellence and achievement.
Yeah, okay. It's about that fucking. It's just like a nonprofit, dude.
Yeah.
Every nonprofit says they're not about money. They're about money.
Absolutely. It's a code. Nonprofit. It's just
So, but like Hartford, man, like
take the profit.
all those
and chop it up and
people
give it to everybody on the board.
I will tell you this, and
Now there's no more profit.
I understand why a couple of them hit me. Is like, yo, it wasn't about me talking about them specifically. Is they know how much of an impact it has on my life.
Yeah.
Every single one of those people, I still talk to this day.
Dope. Yeah.
And yes, I paid for everything.
I will say that the fact that you have and keep all of these old friends is a testament to you and your personality. It's a testament to the fact that what I believe, that you are a good person deep down. I think you're a very good person. I think that you have good intentions, but I think you sabotage yourself left and right. And I think that the biggest reason that you sabotage yourself is with this holding on to the past. It's with this failure to forgive yourself and failure to forgive your parents. That is your biggest mistake. I think you're falling on your own sword, buddy. You got a big sharp sword and you're.
I don't give them 2 fucking pieces of mind these days, Isaac. I can tell you that when I interview, I know when I've there was 2 of those 5 interviews where I just did not hit it off with that person. Right.
Yeah.
And, I can agree with that one. The other 3, I know I damn well did my best. It just didn't work out for me. The self-sabotaging days are over.
Good.
The parent shit, not going to be a problem moving forward because I told them that. Stay the fuck out of my life. That's my choice now. I'm not putting it in their hands or why won't you talk to me? It was, you're no good to me.
That's cool. I like that, kind of taking the power back.
It's not even about taking the power back. It's like, I can't sit there and listen to you talk about how much money you have. And never ask me a question about how the fuck I'm doing. I'm your son.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to call me every day. Hey, Chad, are you back on drugs? Hey, man, I haven't talked to you in a while. How's all that going? Just want to make sure you're okay. That's it. Didn't have to be deep. Like, I talk to Mila, right? Do I talk to Mila all the time? No. But first question to him, how's your wife and kids? It's the same thing my dad could do to me. How's everything going? He doesn't have to bring up the drugs. Are you okay? I'll know what he's saying.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
That's where I'm coming from. Because the first time I went to rehab, that was on me. The second time, that's on my mother. I was either kill myself or do drugs. That's it. That's where it's at, bro. So the Hartford people, like Steve grew up with me. They had to deal with me growing up.
Yeah.
Full-fledged, bro. Jeep Grand Cherokee, 3 TV monitors, a VCR, a PS, a PlayStation, and 3 subwoofers in the back of my car.
Nice.
Not going to class, hitting the club every weekend. Sorry, ladies, to my friends' wives. Fucking.
This is college.
I mean, dog. Piles of cocaine. Oh, you come back to my house, play fucking strip poker. Cool. I have a whole bunch of cocaine on the desk. Fucking them all, bro. All of them. Not my friends. Not Michelle, Jill, Rachel. None of them. Not even Jamie. But I'm talking about everybody else. And they probably know this. Anybody that's crossed your mind, you 4 ladies. Yeah.
This is like a 5,000 person school.
No, it wasn't that. I don't know. I'm just saying,
How
dog.
many can you really cross off?
I
guess some aren't in school or whatever.
I think
Some
it
are
was
just working
SDT. SDT and AE5. Well, let's just say, bro. Let's just say word spreads.
They heard about how good the cocaine was, or about the Hebrew Hammer, or both.
Both. And I lived off campus, downtown, top floor, with a key. You couldn't get to my floor. You had to put the key in there. I'm not even fucking around. I'm being dead ass. You had to put. I said to my mother when I moved, I don't need this shit.
Yeah.
Like, do you know how? She's like, well, then you shouldn't be. I'm like, do you know how hard it is when you get in there and you're drunk? You're trying
to get the elevator up.
Yeah, to get to my floor.
Oh yeah.
And those keys are like tiny keys.
Yes. There's a great story from Paul Stamets. He's a mushroom expert, and he gives an unbelievable story of taking Amanita pantherina, which is like,
the fuck is that?
A hallucinogenic mushroom. See, similar to Amanita muscaria.
I do not do mushrooms, bro. But everybody around me does. They're like, Chad, you got to do mushrooms. I was like, listen, you say that now. You want to unlock this? Do you want to unlock this?
He talks about trying to get the key into the door of his car. He had this syndrome called like repetitive motion syndrome, where he just kept on trying to stab the key into the lock and he couldn't do it. And then he gets in the car and he's trying to put it in the ignition, and it's the same thing over again. And his friend looks at him and goes, I don't think you should drive, man. It's an amazing story. You got to hear it.
Yo, wait. I want to get it. I just had some people with some bad reactions to the mushrooms, and it just made me realize, I think what Steve said was right.
Yeah.
Is I know who I am. You don't want me on that shit. You don't need this brain unlocked, bro.
I think that the hallucinogens are powerful tools. The psychedelics are powerful tools for addiction medicine. And that
I'd rather go do the ayahuasca.
Medicine, yeah, the same ball game though.
No, I'd rather go do it, because then I'm away from everybody, and and there's somebody there to take care of you. I don't want to be at fucking.
I agree. It shouldn't be used as like a party drug. It should be a spiritual thing. It should be a shamanic.
It's not even like about my thoughts on it. It's just, I know that you don't want to deal with me on that shit.
Interesting.
My mind's wild, dude. Like, you know, the swinger shit. I don't care about talking about that. Like, I'm out there with it. Like, I got picked up in college. This is what Andrew was talking about. Like, we went to the Rue Bar one night. It was $2 Magic Hat number 9s.
Nice.
Right?
Yeah.
I was like, fuck yeah. And I was sitting at the bar. I think I was with Mila and my boy Rob Marati. And I got tapped on the shoulder by an older gentleman. He goes, what do you think about that woman over there? I was like, she's fucking hot. Like Irish, like pale skin, red hair.
Oh, yeah.
She was Irish. And I was like, well, sir, like she's yeah, like, I don't know what's going on. I feel like I'm getting set up here. And I'm like, well, she's very attractive. She goes, she wants to fuck you. I was like, I looked at Rob. I was like, yo, stop fucking with me right now, dude. Like, he's like, no, take my keys, take her home, and bring her back. And ever since then, it's been on, bro. Her name was Mary Claire. And I know, Mila, I love you, buddy. I know you are laughing your ass off right now. Because I used to babysit for them on Fridays. And then when they came home,
yeah,
I'd fuck her out in the hot tub all night long. I brought my boy Rob over to fuck her one night long. I fucked her so hard into Rob that he fell out the hot tub. So I've been on that swinger shit forever. So like when there's people out fucking around on their girlfriends, I'm telling you right now, bro, half these people in Pittsburgh, girls, guess where they are? Hey, look at me. Guess whose house they're at when they're out fucking around? My house. So when everybody thinks I'm not out there, I'm not in these streets, I don't need to be in the streets because your girl's in the streets in my bed. Getting dick the fuck down. And you've probably never seen me more confident.
You heard it here first, folks. Oh my God, I love this so much. I love learning about Chad on the podcast.
Yeah, but you
live.
know how serious I am about that.
What do you think about this revelation that I feel like I've come upon? Because I had my more promiscuous times, whether it was college or high school.
Just say you were fucking. Don't say
And
promiscuous.
my feeling is that it was a huge loss, that I was losing pieces of myself, that I was giving parts of myself away, kind of like the Horcrux idea in Harry Potter.
I'll look at it that way. It was like, yo, listen, man. There was
every sexual exchange, every sexual encounter, I see as an energy exchange, as an energetic exchange. I
take that shit as teaching moments, bro. My late 30s, dude.
Yeah.
Like everybody, this is gonna sound. I'm not on my daddy shit, but my late 30s, bro. Oh, boy, was I doing some teaching, and I love that shit. It's not sex is like going to high school, bro. You don't know until you try something. You got to figure out what you like. It's not that I like fucking other people's girls. I'm just better at it than them. Or I just don't give a fuck. Okay?
But what are you getting out of it? Like, what have you gotten from all of that? What was the, like...
A release. Okay. I have fun. I don't... Listen, it's not stressful. Like, come over, we'll have a drink, smoke some weed. Because I it's not like I'm just fucking just to fuck. I'm picky.
I understand.
I know.
But I don't
What do I
understand
get out of it?
Yeah, what's the point?
Fulfilling somebody else. I'm a pleaser.
You think that their lives are better for having...
I think they get the release that they need to do.
Yeah, I think that's probably real, right? Is like relieving that sexual tension, sexual energy.
Or maybe their husband isn't into all the shit that they want to have done. Maybe they want choke the fuck out. What? Act like you ain't never done that before. You fucking guy sitting over here. No, what I'm trying to say is, what do I get out? I get the same release they do, dude. Don't think about it so deep. Like, I don't wake up the next morning and be like, oh, I need to call her. I'm the one that gets called.
I hear you. What about this idea that semen is precious?
No. It's small. It's plenty.
No. I'm telling you right now that the seminal fluid is manna. It is the sacred substance from the Bible, and that we're supposed to conserve it. And when you do conserve it, when you're able to hold on to it and only use it for procreative behavior, for making more people, because that's what the point is of it. You will gain power. You will become more powerful.
Look at me.
Listen to me. You will become more powerful if you are able to conserve it inside. The longer you're able to do it, your kundalini spirit will rise. The dragon, which wraps itself around your spine, will become more and more powerful. You will reach Super Saiyan if you don't masturbate or have sex without the point of procreation for 3 days. Promise.
I mean, that's cool, man.
Give it a shot. When was the last time you tried it?
No.
When was the last time you tried it?
I'm not trying it.
Go celibate for 30 days.
I could go celibate easily. I'm 44. I could care less, bro.
No masturbation, no sex, 30 days.
I could care less. Only thing I want right now is a regular fucking job.
I want to see what happens. I'd like to see that.
Dog, it just happened. Like, I was cool for 30 days and I got a phone call. And I busted her ass. Yeah, but like Weezy will tell you, like, he be screaming at me sometimes. Like, I don't make a point to get a phone number or anything while I'm out. I'm out because I want to be out with the person I'm with.
Yeah.
Whether it's Wayne or MK or Mo, or I really don't hang out with a lot, or with Ray. Like, I'm more happy to be out with my friends and have a what's the right term? No drama. Like, just a good time with my boys.
Yeah.
Because listen, we're gonna go back to Colombia real quick. If I ever feel the need to get laid,
sure,
I'll go back there because they make me feel like $1 million.
Do you ever wonder if you'll settle down?
No, I'll never settle down. Now that could change. I'm not opposed to it, Isaac. I am not closed-minded. I don't trust anybody.
Do you think it has to do with the experience of seeing your parents? What happened to their marriage?
I'd say that's a small part of it. I don't trust none of these days. Dude, I've worked behind a bar way too long and seen too many people I know.
You don't want to get cheated on.
I don't care about that. If that's their problem, if they get cheated on me. If you cheat on, you could break up with me and 5 minutes later be fucking somebody else and I would be cool with it. If you cheat on me, oh, there's billboards going up, bro.
To say what?
Like, I'm a pretty cool when it comes to certain shit. Do not cheat on me.
Yeah. It's
the ultimate disrespect.
battery. It's not the it's not the sex, it's the lie, right?
Yes. I think a lot of women I'm with love that I just don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
The Hartford shit, dude. It's why I still go up there. When shit would get bad with me and my parents at the office, like, where are you going this week? And I might have tried to stay home. Remember, I told you I was never allowed to stay home. I'd be like, oh, I'm not sure yet. But you better fucking go somewhere. Well, I just go back up there because I have enough business up there for me to get by for a week.
Mm-hmm.
But it'll allow me to see everybody and I get kind of centered again. If life goes bad, I go to Hartford.
Yeah. I feel like that about Tampa. Someday somebody will find this. There's like a little
My barber's up there.
Yeah.
Shout out to Coco. And I didn't mention him. And I'm glad I said that. Coco has taught me more about, now, this is a white Jewish boy, 18 years old, who let girls put his hair in the thing and then they pull it through and then they dye it themselves, right? So my hair was all jacked up.
I hope you have photos that we can put on this episode.
I will.
Will you send me?
I will bring you over my
photos
5x7 whole Hartford book.
Yeah, we need that.
So, can't wait till you see me like suntan with fucking two.
We need those
with
photos
a hoop,
for the episode,
with a hoop in each ear.
We'll put them in. Absolutely.
Yeah, and by the way, the last one I love when I said I must have been drinking that day because I said like $12 billion and it was like $2 billion and he fucking fact checked me. I just started laughing hysterically. I was like, yeah, that's when the liquor kept in.
Whatever. It's billions.
Coco met me, so I was like, yo, I need a haircut, right? Need a haircut. The basketball player's like, oh, come with me to Hood. I went to this Hood barbershop with my tipped hair.
Yes.
With some Oakleys on, reflection Oakleys.
Yes.
And they were like, Hollywood, what's up with you, Hollywood? Yeah. No, those are wild, bro. The whole nose shit fucking freaks the shit out of me.
I like it because it covers part of my nose, which is,
can't
my
cover
worst.
that thing,
that's my worst feature. Yeah, well, you can only get like 2/3.
Can't cover that, cuzzy.
Are you saying you can still recognize me?
Yeah, that's Shinazola, dog. Tell me you
So
didn't put up anything up that thing in Pitt. Yeah. Anyways, so Coco was this black barber in a barbershop in the Hood in Hartford. In the Hood in Hartford's like the 4th worst hood in this country.
Yeah.
So I'm in there. They just started calling me Hollywood. And then one day I went there by myself for a cut. He was like, man, we got to get rid of this shit right now. When I tell you, I learned to this day more than my grandparents, more than my family, more than my friends, have I learned more about life from Leslie Rochester, a.k.a. Fuck You Pay Me, a.k.a. Coco, a.k.a. a lot of motherfucking things. I'm trying to tell you, the first place I go in Hartford, anytime, I'm talking business trip, pleasure, I am at the barbershop.
I love that.
For fucking 8 hours. And everybody's like, what the fuck do you do there? I learn. I listen about other people's shit. And guess what else I do? I talk shit.
I actually have somebody like that in South Florida named Quest. Shout out Quest the barber. Legendary. Amazing. Matt, there's a couple other spots down there too, but that's the
When
main
I
one.
tell you Coco takes care of the kids in the community, not only his own kid, it's just people don't understand what a black barbershop really represents.
Yeah.
They do not understand it. Like they think it's like funny, like when they look at Eddie Murphy and
Do you know
Coming to
Natural Choice?
America.
Do you know Natural Choice in
Yeah,
Oakland?
Nate the Barber.
Nate the Barber.
Yeah.
That place is amazing.
I just never went there because the only problem with that place is parking.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm that guy. I just want to roll up.
Yeah.
I don't do that shit.
There's nowhere to park in Oakland. It's miserable.
Yeah.
They used to have that one lot.
Well, you're a doctor. Don't say that. There's a place for you to park, doctor.
I actually love that. I love how I can park at the garage for the basketball games. I'll hit my
and
university
next year,
parking and then
don't
walk
ever
up to
go
the
to a
P.
Pitt basketball game without me.
Oh man, yeah, that was
It's not like I
an
can't
oversight.
call Coach Capel and get myself a fucking ticket, but
Let's go.
I'll take yours instead of having. You want some more?
My
I'm drink. You need to put this back.
I'm good.
No, this is it for me. I have to get home. I've never had Terramon. It's the first one.
Yeah.
If you smell, I beat you to it. I knew where you were going with it.
What the Rock is cooking.
The final boss, dog. He's not the Rocket. He's the final boss.
Oh, that's cool. Shout out to Steve Austin.
That's not Steve Austin. That's Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Yep.
He is
Stone
on
Cold.
the board.
The
of
Stone
TK.
Cold Rock.
Okay, stop it. Don't disrespect either one of them. You're my friends.
The
wrestle
Undertaker,
there.
right? The bell sound.
Oh, he was. They all. You didn't see? They all came out last Saturday at WrestleMania. Don't get me talking about wrestling.
That's not.
So, like, I learned more in that barbershop. Like, Hartford's the most important place to me. I would never live there.
Mm.
I love all my friends up there. They're gonna hate me. Coco's boring. Jamie's boring. Alex and Amelia are boring.
Yeah.
Now, do I go up there for a week? Yes, I love their children. That doesn't mean I don't have fun with them. It's like, yo, I'm up here. I always come up here. None of you guys come to Pittsburgh. Can we do something fun just one time? Not bar. I'm talking go to Six Flags.
It's fucking far from Pittsburgh, man.
I don't give a fuck. When I tell you I've been up there hundreds upon hundreds of times.
It's always about you, man.
No, it's not about that.
Bro.
Alec, hey, listen to me. You heard what Steve said. It's the exact thing. When I come up and see you hundreds and hundreds of times, come to bar mitzvahs, come to all that, and I'd be like, yo.
Just stop expecting anybody to do anything ever again.
Listen, I don't expect anything from anybody. But when they make a big deal out of it, I'd be like, listen, you are not the only friend of mine that has children.
Fair enough.
I come up there a ton. If it's the kids, if it's Jamie's kids' birthdays, Jamie's kids' bat mitzvahs, Alex and Amelia's kids' birthdays, if I financially can get up there, I will spend my last dollar because guess what? When I walk in that door, smiles, happiness.
I've got an idea that I want to talk about. I have a new idea that I'm just starting to kind of flesh out, but I'm very excited about it. It has to do with vending machines. I don't have a name for the idea yet, but my idea is to put healthy vending machines in food deserts in Detroit. And what I plan to do is only work with companies that I trust, with ingredients that I believe in, with products that I personally have eaten that I think are delicious, that I would personally feed to my family. Stock at least one vending machine to start, and then start to work with corporate sponsors, start to work with...
I'm with it. I've talked about this shit.
Nutritious meal in school programs, corporate wellness programs, etc., and eventually build out something big.
I was adding your story to my story.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, so
I'm cool with that.
I'm excited.
Wayne and I were talking about the vending machine the other day. We were also talking about doing like, not Wayne. I think it was Wayne or Al Brooks. We were talking about possibly doing like freight shit, like you kind of have your own van and you deliver other people's freight. Because like there's certain people like Al Brooks and all of them, like I get along with Al and Wayne and everybody. I can put up with time. I can put up with. They can put up with me as much as I can put up with them. We all listen to the same music. We all like sports. It's very easy. It's just like you see, it's like using like the U-Haul trucks and shit like that. Make a lot of money that way. It just takes money to.
Yeah, that initial investment.
Yeah.
And I plan to do that. Like, I don't expect that I'll have any sponsorships or any kind of deals to begin with. I'll need to invest in the front end until
can I be
prove
completely honest with you?
Yeah.
I think your investment should be on your mom's farm.
Oh, dude, I absolutely want to. I've talked to you about that, about building out the chalets.
We will talk about all of this because
there's so much room.
I may be Jewish.
Yeah.
But to me, that's almost like working for my family's business. This is why I got. You would think I like going out there and cutting felt. I enjoyed it.
Yes.
If I'm farming to feed myself ish.
Yes.
It's just a checklist every day of what I've got to do. And that's what I do best.
Yes. Yes. You'd be great at it, actually. The cool
Mama
thing about
Golzer is a fucking awesome human being.
She's incredible. Yeah,
Dude,
absolutely.
Such a hippie. I love her to death.
Yeah, she wants goats. She wants goats. I want cows. Obviously, I don't think it's going to happen in Michigan.
Why not? You get the long hair breed.
Really?
Oh, yeah, brother.
I know they have bison. They have bison at Domino Farms, which is cool.
Buffalo?
Yeah.
Oh, buffalo and bison are the same thing.
Yeah, I think so.
There's a long hair that they have in Ireland and in England.
Cool.
And they're like specific for milking too, but there's another breed. I've looked all this up. Like Ray and I, I'll be honest with you, if I made that money, I would buy fucking farmland and I would build Wayne, Pierre, Ray a house.
Somewhere an hour away from a real city where if you want that entertainment, you can go in. If you want culture, you can get there. But otherwise you can have stars, you can have clean water. I mean, Michigan, the value of land in Michigan will increase exponentially as time goes on because Michigan is the source of fresh water in America. We have the Great Lakes. There's nobody who can touch it. All of that water flows through Detroit in order to get to the St. Lawrence waterway.
I told her, I was like, wait till Isaac gets settled up there and you guys get a little cabin by one of the Great Lakes and your whole fucking summer will be completely different. Now, will winter suck? Yes.
Sure. But we could also have like we could have like a winter cabin in West Virginia or something.
You could have a winter cabin in fucking Florida, dude.
Exactly. Yeah. Condo.
Dude.
Condo in Miami. Fuck it.
No, I'll be honest. Barbara Corcoran, one of the Sharks, right?
Yeah.
Do you know what she lives out when she's in LA? In a mobile home park.
Let's go. So smart. The property values along the water in Miami, that was a Jewish conspiracy, was to drive those down, was global warming, sea level rise. That was all because we wanted the property for cheap. Gotcha.
Yeah, bitch. Wasn't just the mafia, it was us, bitch.
The purple gang. The Jews are the mafia.
EW. Jew.
There's a Jewish mafia called the Purple Gang in Detroit, actually legendary.
Listen, there's no more Jews to scare me than the ones I met in New York City when I was in college, bro. Here's a good Hartford story for us.
Mayor Lansky.
I was taking my boy Riyadh King, who's point guard for the basketball team. He family had an emergency, and he knew I had a car, so I was like, I've never been. He was like, yo, my mom lives in Marcy Projects. And I was like, JC, right? I just said, yeah.
Brooklyn.
The minute I heard that, I said, cool.
Yeah.
We're out.
This is Bed-Stuy.
So
Brooklyn.
we roll up,
right?
bro. Shit started getting real, right?
Yep.
And it's funny that Wayne's now like one of my best friends. We roll up. He's like, stay in the fucking car, man. I was like, who the fuck are those guys? That's my big brother. Those are his friends. They're just going to stand around your car. I'll fucking see a white boy in here. It's either a sale or you an informant. So you just need to stay in your motherfucking car, bro. So I'm in the car, whatever. I have the flip up. I had the first Pioneer flip up screen.
Yeah.
DVD in dash,
Nice.
VCR in the back, and a PlayStation. So I was playing PlayStation.
Was this PS1?
Yeah.
Wow.
Or no.
PS2.
It was 2.
Yeah. More PS2.
Sorry if I screamed right there. It was 2. And out the corner of my eye, I'm looking in my side view mirror. See. No, I'm not sugaring coating this one at all. At least 300 fucking Hasidic Jews walking down the street, taking up the entire street with baseball bats in their hands.
Holy shit.
Next thing you know, all you hear is, I'm doing this purposely on the camera, on the microphone. Yo, open the door, unlock the door. These dudes with God knows how many guns they have on them got in my car. I was like, why are y'all getting in my car? Like, no offense. He's like, you ain't never been down here? He's like, Rio, I said, you know, I was like, no, man, I'm from Pittsburgh. He's like, they live by their own rules. You see that cop? You saw that cop that was on the corner, right? Who got in their car first? The cops.
Yeah, one of the biggest issues of contention during the Crown Heights riots was actually
They
the
beat the fuck out of somebody
ambulance
that day.
system.
Yeah.
The ambulance system was independent for the Jews. So the Hasidim didn't use the same ambulances.
No.
And their ambulances apparently refused to take away the black boy who had been run over. And then there was like two, one was injured, one was killed. And the one who was injured, I think that the word, and I don't know if this is true or not, but the story was that the Hasidic ambulance didn't take him. They took a Jew who was injured. And so it took him longer and he had more problems, whatever it is.
Listen,
The point is,
I saw everybody scared, bro.
wow, wild.
And they said they got the baseball bat. Someone's getting their fucking ass whooped. Either somebody cheated or somebody stole money.
Meaning they were taking care of business in their own community. The Jews were acting as the police on the Jews.
Let them do what they do. I'm talking about these motherfuckers had guns, dog. Like my boy Riyadh's brother and
The
them.
black folks that you were with, but they were still scared of the Jews with the baseball
Scared.
bats because they had numbers.
It wasn't even the numbers, bro. They're just a different breed.
I remember seeing, you know, I lived in Crown Heights, so I lived 2 blocks away from, you know, from the center of Jewish Brooklyn, from Hasidic Brooklyn, whatever. And then I lived in Borough Park, which is the other biggest Orthodox neighborhood, but they're more Orthodox. They're not exactly Hasidim. They you know, wear wig and whatever. But what amazed me one time was I saw they had the baby strollers, the baby carriages on a chain to conserve space. So they would have 20 baby carriages on a fucking rope.
I'm listening.
And when you
to
wanted to use yours, you'd have to pull on the rope until your baby carriage came down and then you would grab it.
Really?
They had a baby carriage pulley.
Bro, Wade's been telling me to put a fucking Turner's cart out my window for Uber Eats the entire time, so we'll have to go downstairs and get it.
You
Funny
need,
you said that.
you need like a bucket, like you live in a fucking treehouse. You can drop the money down there.
Dude, those stairs suck. You walked up and were like, God damn. I was like, yeah, because they're like this.
Yeah.
So, like, Hartford, man, is what I wanted to talk about. Shit get off my face with my parents, man.
I think we succeeded. We can always have part 3.
It's not about that. Let's talk about one more thing.
Okay. And then we got to eat. It's dinner time.
Let's talk about Mr. Goldser. Let's talk about the move.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure you have not talked about it yet. So let me pull a Dominique on you. Because everybody says I should have my own podcast.
Yeah.
Don't stop recording,
I
motherfucker.
won't.
How you feeling about this move, Dr. Goldser, to go back to the D and he stopped recording me?
No. You're still on record on here. Don't worry. I'm absolutely thrilled. I think
You're leaving me.
Yeah.
He said, yeah, but you can go work in the farm. So
Yeah. There's so many things to be excited about. You know, I talk about it like it's my Odysseus moment, right? So in the Odyssey, the whole story is about overcoming all of these obstacles and making it home. Michigan is home. It always will be. Pittsburgh is home too. But I was born in Detroit. I grew up
it's different where
there.
you were born.
And you know, for me, it's Ann Arbor, Ypsilanti. That's where
Listen. There ain't no more beautiful place in the country than Ann Arbor.
It's amazing, man. And it I think it's going to be really good for the kids. I definitely think that, like, don't get me wrong, Pittsburgh's got it going on. I think that I was just kind of finally hitting my stride with the podcast, which is kind of whatever, but that's always how it is, right? As soon as you get something figured out,
listen,
on to the
we
next
could do
one, man.
part 3.
Yep.
Could be your first one.
Yeah, absolutely.
In the new
new studio. Yeah, absolutely. I want to do it I want a studio though in the city, I think.
Build your own.
I don't want people to know where I live.
Okay.
Like,
I can no.
I want to start interviewing like bigger. You know what I mean? And like, if they bring an entourage, like,
listen,
stay out of my crib, especially once I have money.
So
stay out of my crib.
Somebody I met through who's also friends with Brandon, but I didn't meet him through Brandon. I met him through Ari Gold, like the dude from Vegas.
Yeah.
Is Gucci Man's DJ Limelights.
Oh, cool.
And he has his entire own studio up there. And I would love to come. Can't fuck around with him and be goofy. He's a serious dude. But he's not only Gucci's DJ, he's Babyface Ray's DJ.
Dope.
And I think it would be a good starting point.
Is that a barbecue sauce?
You don't know who Babyface Ray is? Just look it up.
I know Scarface. I know
Sweet
Baby Ray's.
I did leave something out.
All right. Hit him with it.
I took my friends to all my friends to Mardi Gras for a weekend in college.
Oh, dope.
Somebody had died. Somebody I didn't even know. I got to check. And I was like, my dad's like, save. I don't save money. I spend money. That's what I do. I'm a Jew. Leave me the fuck alone. Okay? Wayne's the Jew. I'm the anti. Okay? He said it. He'll tell you straight to your face. He's the black Jew. I'm a white boy. Like, it is what it is.
Uh-huh.
I took all of them. You want to hear a good cocaine story? Here's the cocaine story, and we'll end it on this, okay?
Okay.
So I took all my friends to Mardi Gras, and I was like, yo, I'm taking girls, guys, my boy Mila, I think Rob, Rachel, Michelle, I think went with me. I think. I could leave somebody out there. If I did, I'm sorry. The night before, dude, we went out to the club, right? Got fucking hammered. Fucking hammered. Had like 2 ounces of coke in my house. Dude, I was playing fucking strip poker with these 2 girls and my boy Londi, bro. These girls were bad. Bad Yukon girls. Right? Bad. We had a 6 o'clock in the morning flight. My cell phone is just fucking hit. I'm not paying. I am fucking just pouring coke on these girls and just sniffing it off. All that shit, right? Fucking finally someone fucking banging on my door. It's like, yo, dude, the fucking flight leaves in an hour and 15 minutes to Mardi Gras. I was like, yo, just go. I'll meet you there. I had somebody drive me. I had Londi drive me in my own car. Get to the airport, bro. Fucking just everywhere.
White everywhere, looking like Yogi Bear.
Bro, they're like, I walked in, I was like, and like Rachel fucking pissed at me.
Ooh.
I told you, she went from like a girl infatuated to like best friend, quasi sister, right? What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, sat there at the plane. And when I tell you Jewish, I was with all Jewish girls.
Yeah.
The entire way from Hartford to New Orleans.
Yeah.
Got off the plane, gave her a fucking room. I mean, I paid for everything. And that doesn't mean they're subservient to me. That just means I'm a nice guy and I wanted my fucking friends with me.
Yeah.
Went to fucking eat.
They were staring at you the whole time. They were mad.
Oh, dude, I fucking went off on her. I'm like, yo, I fucking brought you down here. Well, I was like, I'm here, right?
Yeah.
I'm here. Well,
But
it took everything to get you here.
But you were all
Yo,
withdrawing from the drugs and
not back then. Not back then. No. I just wake the fuck up. And I was like, yo, I'm fucking here.
Yeah.
I'm fucking here.
Right.
And we had a great time. Me, Robbie O'Meala, ended up meeting some girl we got in an elevator with in a Ritz-Carlton, went to the top floor of the room, elevator and opened.
Yeah.
It was just whole top floor.
Wow. It was her place? Maybe.
Bro,
Somebody's place.
All I know is I had a video camera with me.
Wow.
Bro, I was making videos. I made a video with this girl's panties cover my eye like a one-eyed pirate. I still have them. They're in storage.
Wow.
One of these days.
I got no videos. Nothing.
Oh,
no
bro.
records.
But I took once Hartford basketball get a new camera, I would just take the old. I mean, I would ask the coach, but you got a new one. Take the old one. So I had like one of those little short, like little sharp ones or Sony ones.
Yeah.
Bro, I was making videotapes down there, my boy. I don't know where those things are. I think they're in my storage, but there is some shit. I went to 2 straight Mardi Gras after that.
Whoa. That's what's up.
But
I had a great time at the ZBT in New Orleans. One of my best friends actually from back in the day was at the ZBT in New Orleans, a Tulane named Alex Segan. He brews beer now. He's like a molecular biologist, genius guy. You might have connected me to him. Actually, you might not know this shit.
I think I did.
But I think you were the advisor and you got hit by somebody that was like, hey, there's this kid coming to Pitt to stay for the summer to do a fellowship.
I did put you in touch with
and I was
him.
like, man, I'd be interested. Like, I want to stay on campus this summer. Like, I always stayed on campus. I never went home. And I think you hit me, and Alex Segan and I stayed on Atwood right next to Antunes. It was the best summer of my life.
Listen, bro.
Literally.
I know there's
We
better
were grilling
pizza
every day.
I know there's better pizza in this world, but nothing.
Those $5 pies, and
dude,
we just had such
do you
a good
remember
time.
how we used to do that? All you do is take off the cushions in the couch, push the couch over, the change would fall out. That's where you find
pizza.
That's a pizza.
Yeah, we had so much fun. It was just like both of us were,
the world was less difficult.
Yeah, no
Sorry
cell
for the gum,
phones,
but the
or
world
parties.
Yeah, man, you had to interact with people, dude. And I know you have to go eat, but it's the last thing I want to say is like, you kids, man, just need to put those fuckers down.
He says as he's been on the phone the entire interview.
Well, one was to set up that interview. The other was DJ. Hey,
got him.
Hey, Dominique, he don't want me talking to you, girl. No, I'm just joking. No, I just have to check. I have to to be honest, and I have to give 2 people shout outs and we're done.
At Dom the entire episode.
Bethany.
Yes. Shout out Bethany.
My sister. I'd be dead without her. And to you.
Oh, thanks, bro.
You said it. I'm going to say the same thing I said to Bonix the other day when we had a whole heart to heart. You said you were going to do it, and you've done it. Finish the fucking job.
Wasn't easy. Had a lot of help.
But I'm proud of you.
A lot of help. Grace helped me a lot.
I know she did.
She helped me get through
We
medical
had
school.
that talk
I think-
while you were up here.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't
I told her
realize
she'll be fine.
how much she helped.
I told her that if she's feeling lonely in Detroit, to call Uncle Chad, and Uncle Chad will come up.
It's 4 hours, man.
I told her
Hop,
you got
skip,
to
and a
take
jump.
her to the original plant, Ford plant. You have to take her.
Oh yeah, it's called
You just need to take her.
it's called the Rouge River plant. The
Yes.
Rouge River plant
I'm
is
talking about the Model T plant.
yeah, that's the Rouge River.
Yeah.
It's oh, are you talking about Greenfield Village? Greenfield Village is dope, but like the
Rouge
shit
one.
that Henry Ford put together along the Rouge River.
That's what I told her.
They rerouted a fucking river in order to power their shit. It was a whole city.
Bro,
It was a entire
they
fucking
did that
city.
in Weird and Wheeling too. You know they just shut down
But
the
he
tin
invented that. Think about it. He came up with the
No.
idea.
Let me
Nobody
tell
had
you-
ever done it in the history of the world.
mill? You like talk about metal? They just shut down the Wheeling or Weirden, one of the two, tin mill, which has been open since the Ford plant. Just last week.
What do you think about the U.S. Steel deal going through?
No, that's
getting
no
sold
good.
to Japan.
No. It's just wrong.
You think it's
just wrong. You can't.
Why? If they've been
You have to-
mismanaging it and they need the money?
No. That's cool. And nobody should be bailed out anymore. Like, I get that. U.S. Steel, the way it's tied into with the government, right? There's a reason why it's called.
Yo, what's up, Wayne?
What up? Did I interrupt the recording?
No,
You're
he's
on. Yeah, you're on Dr. Gold podcast. How are you?
I'm good. I did not give my consent. Now, I know how those phone calls go.
Yes, sir. Well, welcome to Dr. Gold, Wheezy.
White
we
Anderson.
want to get you in person, but we'll take you however we can get you.
Pause.
Yeah, big pause. No Diddy.
You're not meek. You're not a meek
Hey,
man.
ask
You're a
him
strong man.
Hey, ask him for one good Chad story. He's going to put me down. Then we'll end it.
Honestly, I might lose you guys because I'm about to go through the 4-pit tunnel.
Just tell him one good Chad story. You can embarrass me. Go ahead, Wayne.
That's put me on the spot. I can't think like that.
How about wrestling?
There's a lot of them.
Oh, he's trying to
Damn.
be. He's trying to be
Yeah, I'm
nice
trying
right
to
now.
think. Damn, there's a lot of embarrassing shit. Oh, I'm gonna give the full story.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. But you have to finish it right.
It's hard to do over the phone too because you need to see like some visual actions of Chad falling into the pool.
No, just go ahead. Just go tell the story. I'll finish it off.
So it was just Chad being Chad, wanting to be superstar Chad as he likes to be. As we were walking into what was the bar called?
It was
Sky
Fox.
Bar at the time.
Yeah,
Say it into the mic.
we went up to. We were at Foxtail Sky Bar.
Foxtail Sky Bar at the time, and we're walking up the back stairs. We go up to Sky Bar, and Chad, being Chad, walks in, is like saying hi. What up? I'm here. And as he's saying it, he's walking and steps right into the pool and drops right on in. Fully dressed, cell phone in hand, and he goes. Not only did he fall into the pool, he went completely underwater. He gets up, he's completely drenched, covered. He gets up and he goes, "I'll be right back." Runs downstairs, jumps in the Uber, changes his clothes, and is back at Foxtail within 20 minutes.
Wow.
I got fucked up that night. I ran up Tricky's credit card.
Chad being Chad walks right into the pool.
It's not Michael Greenberg. It's Michael Phelps, motherfucker.
Oh, I popped out.
Michael Phelps walked right into
Jews-
the pool.
Jews don't swim.
Phelps. He would have. If he was Michael Phelps, he would have kept his head above water.
He smokes.
guy
He
with
smokes
the
like
booty
Michael
beard.
Phelps.
Nah, Michael Phelps smokes more than him.
Get the fuck out of here.
Big smoker.
All right.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, shout out.
To Wayne Gretzky Anderson.
No, we're gonna shout out Guns and God
Yes.
There we go.
clothing
Wayne Gretzky Anderson.
and
My
more.
guy.
And shout out to the school
Wayne Gretzky Anderson off.
Oh, Tech
Gotta
25.
Cut out the retard.
Tech 25. If
Yeah,
you wanna
Tech
if you wanna
25.
get your shit together, if you wanna learn how to do sound production, lights, Tech 25. That's your spot.
Tech 25. Going through.
Any-
Get your education on. Continue your education at Tech 25.
Anything else you want to tell him?
No, that's it. Fuck Chad.
Peace, brother. Good to hear your voice.
I'll
Thanks for
call
coming
you in
on.
a second. Literally, you were the. Oh, yeah, that's Wayne. Just hung up on me. Let me tell you what. And he's heard me say this to his face, so it won't be a thing. And we're gonna end it on this. And there will probably be a part 3 because I skipped. Me and Isaac talking is like being on a freeway with exits on your left and right. We're just. He's on his phone now, so he's not watching me. But we just do this. But Wayne Gretzky Anderson, I have three best friends, right? So Steve was my friend in high school. Pierre is my best friend in college. And Wayne's been my best friend since then. There's no difference between the three of them. They're all equal to me. But Wayne's dealt with all the bullshit with my family. He's the only person, my grandfather, besides Pierre. My grandpa doesn't know Steve as well because Steve wasn't going over there a lot, but he knows Steve and he would have trusted him too. But Wayne would literally, for as selfish as Wayne is, and he knows he is, take care of Tricky. He would do anything for Tricky. And the only thing Tricky's ever bought him is some Nutella paws from Costco. He'd be like, I can't have you at Costco and you not buy anything. So Wayne would just be like, I'll just take the Nutella.
Right.
But like, you may think he's a selfish bastard. He is sometimes. He's the nicest, most selfish person you ever meet. But guess who he's called for 15 years straight? Almost every day.
It's dope.
Because he's worried. There was a point where he was really worried that he was going to walk in on me and I was dead. Truthfully.
Yeah.
So there's people in your life where sometimes me and Wayne fucking hit it off. But what people don't understand is money's not everything in this world. It's a lot. There's some people I'm mad at that money-wise, right? And it's not Wayne, but Wayne has capital with me. Nobody asked him to do that. He wasn't gaining. Yeah, he got some drinks. Okay? Gives a fuck about that. Pierre got some drinks, and so the fuck did Steve. But to call somebody every day.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's huge. I think I've only ever thought
Are you
that
writing me a script?
I've only ever thought that he was a stand-up guy, you know, very, very honest and
Bluntly
fun.
honest.
Yeah. Yeah. Really good people. I'm glad you're friends with him because I get to see more of him. It's pretty cool.
Maybe I get you into some Red Wing games.
Hockey Town.
Now, son.
Soon come. All right. Dinner time.
Hey.
Love you guys. Thanks for coming on.
Hey.
We'll take another
Dr.
picture.
Goal. Fuck you. No, it's fine. Love you.
Fuck Chad.
Yep.
Peace. Thanks for watching, everyone. Peace.
Yeah, terrible. That's some good shit.